We're live, I think. Yes. All right. Excellent connection. Let's go. This is my first live video on YouTube, and I'm extremely excited to sit here and bang my fucking head against a wall. I don't know what the rules are around cursing on streams, but yeah, I'm gonna bang my head against a wall, working on my SaaS, talking about my SaaS. And before we do that, I have some very important things to get off my chest, really. By the way, my SaaS isn't actually doing 100 grand a month. Last month it did like 10. The goal is 100 in the next year around then. Um, but we're well on our way. So, anyways, I just saw on the home screen of YouTube, I don't know if this is a premium only thing, but we have the Lego movie is on YouTube for free. I mean, what a blessing. Wow, look at all these movies they have. And yeah, I thought we could watch this just really quick, and then that way we can get on with the rest of the video after we finish this. So, oh, it's because I'm streaming. That's funny. We can't actually watch the movie. All right, fine. I see your point, YouTube. Then let's go on to this. So, if you guys don't know about Terry Davis, this is the most genius programmer in the world. He built this operating system called Temple OS. And I think there's actually like a website or something. Yeah, so templeos.org. And this is a website. This guy was schizophrenic, and he basically, I've never had schizophrenia, so I don't exactly know how it works. But as far as I understand, he basically thought that God had told him to build this operating system. And so he built an entire fucking operating system. He built his own language called Holy C, and then he built his own compiler to compile Holy C, which I suppose is kind of how you build a language. And then he wrote an operating system using that language, and it's actually a just-in-time kind of compiled language. Um, and yeah, it's just insane. I mean, this guy built an entire operating system and a lot of games, and this is him playing one of those games. So let's take a look.
Here's an icon. Um, if you hit Control M, this is the menu. Here's an icon. Let's see.
This music is insane. Am I doing it pretty good?
So I am the smartest programmer that has ever lived. On
It just goes into a trance for like a minute straight. And it goes, I am the smartest programmer that has ever lived. Dude, this shit kills. So these videos are just, these comments kill, dude. Goes into a trance, proceeds to say it's the smartest programmer to have ever lived. Yeah, I mean, this guy is a legend, obviously. This guy said, I almost forgot to watch this today. Like he watches it daily. Um, I mean, obviously you could see like this is uh there's a problem with clipping, it seems. And obviously it looks like shit, but I don't know what year this was. I would imagine it's like kind of early 2000s, and it's written in his own language, compiled just in time. Like this is actually insanely impressive. If you gave me a year to build something like this in C, that would be insane. And this guy is legit. He could be the smartest programmer in the world, but this video is just so funny. So let's see how many viewers we're at. Wow, a million? No, one viewer. Hey, what's up, dude? How's it going? All right. So then I had this mythical pull, and let's see how many comments or likes we have. Well, only one like at this point, but this was a mythical homepage pull because I was doing some research on like C++ and C, because you know what happens is when you become so successful like me, you start to get distracted, and I was like, God, I kind of want to learn C and C++. And yeah, I found this guy's video, and check this out, dude.
I just have to. Never mind.
So he starts out,
Okay. Oh, we gone?
all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Look, so he's smoking a
Yeah, I can help out. All right, where are we at? I spent a bit of time fixing some shit.
he's smoking like it looks like a joint. It's actually I think a cigarette. He says he doesn't drink alcohol or smoke weed while he's doing this. I guess at the end he smokes weed or something, but um and then he just pulls up this insane C++ code base and proceeds to build literally a first person shooter just himself in C++, which is honestly insane. I mean, this guy's 100,000 subscribers. This video alone, 2.1 million views. Honestly, it made me want to live stream, you know? Crazy coincidence. I'm live streaming 3 days after I found this, but yeah, this is just insane. Like sometimes I think, God, TypeScript's so annoying. JavaScript's like such a pain in the ass, blah, blah, blah. And then I look at this code. Like the thing about C++ and C is like the code just becomes so fucking like convoluted that I don't even understand how these people know what their code base does. Because literally it's like GLM, which is I guess like a namespace or something, vec3 dir equals GLM normalized closest position online. Like this is legit black magic. You normal people look at someone writing JavaScript and they go, "Wow, that person's so smart." Or like Python, they go like, "Wow, they're a magician." Whereas I look at someone writing C++ and I go, "That's an actual magician." This, what I'm doing here, return hello Hono. This is not black magic, but this is actually black magic. So, anyways, that's really all we have in terms of the entertainment section of this live stream. So now we got 5 viewers on here. Sorry, guys, you missed out on the entertaining part. We were watching some great content, and now we're gonna crack on with some work. So really, there's one main thing, and I'm gonna actually just show you my projects for my business right now. Okay, so this is my Notion setup. I'm definitely a soy dev because I use Notion, but these are the projects that I'm working on for the business. So we just finished better documentation and onboarding. Basically, what that means is if you head to docs.streamlined.so, you'll see I've updated this website to have, look at this, a beautiful picture of me. I mean, bro, if you think you need like a bitchin' website to do 10K a month, look at this, dude. I'm literally a fucking retard. Um, so yeah, anyways, there's a shirtless picture of me on here. And I think it's going to kill, honestly, because people, a lot of the time when someone books a call with me, they just want to know who I am. They just want to know that I'm a legit person. And yeah, I mean, like this kind of just, it's just like, it's personal branding, bro. Not really. But yeah, we added a shit ton of documentation here so users can, and that's supposed to actually auto expand when you click on it. But oh, there it goes. Holy fuck. That is broken as shit. But yeah, basically it just goes into detail about like how a lot of this stuff works for the app. And this is going to help new users get onboarded. So right now the problem was basically that we have new users coming in through ads. So we're running some ads right now. And we have a few new users coming in here kind of regularly, as well as from the YouTube channel and just organically. And these people were, a lot of them weren't even signing up for the trial. And so what I had to do was improve the onboarding to help make it easier to get set up with the trial. And once they start the trial, make sure that they actually end up converting because there wasn't a lot of documentation on how to do that. Whereas now we have, where is it? Install and setup guide. So this just basically takes you through all the steps of setting up the account and getting started. So this should help with that. But really, marketing is not the main issue at the moment. And I've really broken down the business into four distinct categories. Okay. So, firstly, we have onboarding. So, this is really like taking customers who learned about your business and converting them, or I suppose, who want to get started with your business and converting them into actual paying customers. Then we have marketing, obviously, which is finding people who don't know about your business yet and turning them into people who want to get onboarded. Then we have the features. So these are kind of for helping people to use the product, get value, and stay as customers. And then finally, we have infrastructure, which allows us to support those new features that we build. And actually, it's kind of interesting because, um, I mean, I literally might be Isaac Newton inventing gravity here because literally this is like a rule of life. So, firstly, we have marketing here, and this is kind of this is the basis. Like you need marketing. This isn't the basis actually, but you need marketing for your business to succeed. Next, succeed, and then the next thing down below that is actually onboarding. Okay, because once you have your marketing working, you need a way to take those customers and get them to use your product. But then once you have them onboarded, you need the features to actually retain them. And then, as you can probably tell by now, the last thing you need is infrastructure in yeah, that's I think that's right. To actually support those users. And the interesting thing is infrastructure depends directly on your features, or actually features is held up by your infrastructure. And I'll talk about that more in a second, how my basically my features have been falling apart because my infrastructure is in such dire straits right now. Um, but your onboarding is actually held up by your features because in order to basically build your onboarding, you need to have features to onboard them onto and tutorials for those features, which means the features come first. And then finally, you need onboarding to have marketing because otherwise you're just you need something to push those people into. So really, it's a step like this, and you can actually look at it this way as well because all these steps indirectly kind of depend on the steps below them. Um, and thus, infrastructure is really kind of the main basis of your business. And that's the most important thing. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you kind of where things started to go wrong. And look, guys, all right, only three of you left. Look, don't be shy, all right? Put something in the chat, something funny. Um, I don't know, something like that, Anyways, as far as this is our infrastructure, and so I'm going to show you how fucking terribly things have started to go. So, what we have is this really, really heavy task called evaluate contact. And the interesting thing about this is you don't really expect your minimum viable product to actually end up in production. You kind of just build it and you go, fuck it, I'm going to get it working. And then you find yourself 6 months later, you go, holy shit, this is running in production. This is what's actually holding up my customers right now. And this is a fucking mess. So this is what the task basically looks like. So if we go to our task here, you can see it's a pretty big file. It's 900 lines of code here. And we have a bunch of different steps. So about half this file is kind of validation. We're getting enough information about this contact where we're going to run a bunch of AI analysis later. And then further down here, so we're getting the context still. We're running middleware to see if we should do this. We're setting metadata so we can watch this task from the front end. And finally, we start running our AI tasks. So we have status, we have summary, we have value, contact quality, grading. And this is a pretty brute force way of doing this. Literally just running all of them one after another. And yeah, we have some logic in there to basically check if like we should actually be doing things. But in general, it's very kind of heavy-handed. So I think in the next iteration of this, we'll just have an AI kind of determine which task to run. But basically what was happening is this task takes a long time. And it's also very, very expensive. I'll show you my AI usage in a second. Um, but the other thing this task does is calls backfill. So we have to basically make sure we have all the data for this contact before we can evaluate them. So we call this task backfill contact data, which basically goes back and pulls a bunch of data for each contact so that we know we have current data. And this task is extremely slow. So we're basically triggering that from this task, it has to wait on the backfill, which can oftentimes take a really long time. So in this case, we have a lot of failed tasks. This was, I believe, due to a bug that I worked out. And then, yeah, here we can see, so we were running a bunch of these, and you can see the average duration here is 28 minutes. This is insane. This is like a huge amount of my usage for trigger.dev is just this task alone. So this task was basically holding everything up because it was getting triggered by evaluate contact. And then the last kind of the nail in the coffin, I suppose you could say, is this last activity function, which basically goes to, for each account, it goes and looks for all of the contacts that have basically like recent activity. And so it makes sense to reevaluate them to make sure that the data and the dashboard stays up to date. We reevaluate that contact. And so, like, this was dumping literally, I'll show you evaluate contact. So on this day, we had 216,000 invocations. And so you can see the average duration is 12 minutes, 1.6 seconds. So 100 this day, 200,000 invocations. And our concurrency limit, I believe, was 30 at a time, which means, I mean, literally like 200,000 invocations at 12 minutes each, 12 minutes each, and then divided by like 30 at a time. So it would take basically like 80,000 minutes there or thereabouts to run through all this. So there was no way we could get through it. Basically, the problems were we were dumping too many contacts in here and we couldn't get through them fast enough. And it was costing a shit ton, which I'll show you in my open router here. Um, if we go to activity, we can see our spend here. On this day, we spent $166 in pure Gemini 2.5 Flash. I switched to Gemini 2.5 Flash, not really realizing it was a reasoning model, which was a lot of money. And then, yeah, you can see we switched here to GPT 4.1 Mini along with 2.5 Flash and 2.0 Flash. And yeah, we're still spending, over $100 per day in pure AI alone, which is insane. I mean, this is a lot of money, and we're not even really profitable on this. A lot of this usage is from free trial users who are basically just they're making our cost of goods sold go to like fucking 100 and literally our cost of goods sold is probably going to be like $300 for these customers who are on a trial. So it's kind of ridiculous um, what was actually happening here. And so what we did was we shut it down and we made it so that basically evaluate contact can have multiple triggers. Now, though, you can see after this day, we cut it down to from 200,000 in a day to 600 in a day. And here, the source of these is when a call is completed, or in some cases, there's a tag that can be added to trigger an evaluation. So that cut this down a lot, fixed our problems with concurrency, but it meant a lot of our features don't work anymore, which basically means, yeah, I mean, we're kind of fucking cooked. Like, literally, the product doesn't do what it's supposed to do anymore for some of my customers because we just can't handle kind of the load. This backend, trigger.dev, I'm sorry, I gotta move off. I've plugged the shit out of trigger.dev and it's time to go, you know? So, and actually, if we go to Backpine Labs, this is I mean, I think he like commented on one of my videos. Um, and so we've talked on Discord a bunch of times, and he called Trigger a toy platform or something like that. And it kind of stung, not gonna lie. But then I was like, you know what, you're right. And he has a lot of videos on Cloudflare, and looking at their offerings, it seems like a really good idea because AWS, just like the most fucking enterprisey tool you can literally ever find, and Cloudflare strikes like a really good balance between being pretty accessible, but also just extremely affordable. So I'll just show you here. I'll show you our usage, and then I'm just talking about like kind of how I'm going to prioritize these projects, and I just want to give you some context around that. So On August 5th and 6th, we spent about $120 in pure compute alone on Trigger. And so it's the 16th, and we're at $700 in spend. So now we're down like really low, but we're on track to hit something like $1,500 in usage for the month, which was, I mean, I wouldn't be broke, but I would be fucking pissed to spend that much because I'm going to show you something else, which is our computations for what our costs will actually end up being. So I looked at a few different options. Right now, we're using Trigger for our backend. We also have the option of using Upstash. I looked at Upstash. I got on a sales call with them. Either running on Vercel functions or Cloudflare workers, and then finally Cloudflare workflows and Cloudflare workers. And so I'm going to talk about some of these different pricing considerations here. So as far as the fixed cost per month, Trigger, I pay their highest tier plan, which is $50 a month. Honestly, not enough if you ask me, because it goes like $25 a month and then $50 a month, and the bottom one is like free, which it should be more like zero up to like 100 and then like 300 a month or something. But you pay $50 a month. For Upstash, you get an unlimited plan for $180 a month, and then Cloudflare is $5 a month if you want to pay for it, which is just easier to not have to worry about it. And then cost per 1 million runs. So this is basically invoking workflows. So for Trigger, this is $25 per 1 million invocations. Cloudflare workflows is 30 cents. And Upstash only charges, oh shit, I should have done, oh, actually, no, because Upstash doesn't charge for workflow invocations. They charge for step invocations because the way Upstash workflows work is you define your workflow in one file, but it keeps re-invoking that file to run your workflow. It's kind of fucked up. It's like a really weird system, which feels pretty unnatural. So basically, it boils down to 60 cents and 30 cents per 1 million steps, which basically is the same, except in this case, we're paying 30 cents per 1 million workflow runs, which, like, if we look at this file, this is one workflow run, or actually, this is one workflow run. And so we'd pay 30 cents per every million here, which is like 36 cents a month. Whereas here we would pay 30 cents per step. And it's good practice to kind of split your steps up for like IO operations. And so if we, dude, this is crazy. If we search await in this file, this is just top level awaits, like not even like including ones in the files, but we have 45 fucking awaits in this file alone. I mean, a lot of them are kind of await tags. So 14 of them are await tags.add. So we could say like 30 fucking IO operations here, which is just insane. So we would probably, each of these would be a separate step, which means you're going to be, yeah, I mean, you're going to be like an order of magnitude more um, for both of these. Then we have cost per compute hour. So this is actually interesting because these two kind of, because Trigger charges based on compute hours. So if we look at their pricing, trigger.dev, we just go to their website. And so as far as their pricing goes, they charge per second or per hour that your function is actually awake for. So you can do waits and stuff, those aren't charged, but basically how long your function is awake for. And that costs, running on their standard machine, that costs 12 cents per hour to have an awake function. That includes resolving or waiting for promises. So basically, my entire fucking app, I'm not like running inference or something. I'm not doing anything compute heavy. It's all just read from the database, write to the database, get a completion from ChatGPT, write to the database. It's so just basically all IO, and you're paying for every single second that you're waiting for ChatGPT to fucking respond or for your database to, finish mutation or whatever. And so you're paying for all of that with Trigger, which is insane. I'll show you how insane in a second. And then we're also paying for, in Vercel, we pay for basically, they call it like you pay per compute second. So like how long it actually takes for how long the compute is actually running, excluding basically waiting for promises. But on Vercel, you also pay for just having that Lambda function basically be active. Um, However, with Cloudflare workflows or workers, you only pay for active CPU. So you pay 7 cents basically per hour of active CPU, which is just insane. When you look at Trigger, which is 12 cents per hour of just everything, compared to 7 cents per hour of actually active CPU, the cost difference is insane. Then we have cost of runs, so they charge you to oh, actually, here's the computations basically. So in this case, cost per runs is the total workflow runs that we have right now, which I think I had ChatGPT kind of sum these values for the last month, and I think it was something like, yeah, like this month we're already at over 1.6 million. But I think this is what we were at. So last month, 1.6 million invocations, which worked out to $40 on Trigger. And then that's $0 on Cloudflare workflows because we're basically you get 10 million invocations for free. And so that's basically uh cost per oh shit. This should be actually this one, I believe. Bang. Yeah. Okay. So that's I mean it's still free, but yeah, basically because we only have 1.6 million runs. So $40 on Trigger, free on Cloudflare workflows. Then cost of steps. Trigger is it doesn't charge per step, it just charges for work per workflow. And so that's basically zero. But for Upstash, it's charges on the invocations of the actual functions. And so in this case, um, uh, we're basically saying that if we have an average of 16 steps per task or per workflow, then we have 25.6 million steps, which with the cost to invoke workers or Vercel functions, that works out to like 14, 15, or $5 here. And then active CPU, this is just not including promises. And then active memory, this is basically all time. So you can see, even when we're literally, this is the craziest part about Trigger is the small default machine has zero point 0.5 vCPU. I don't really know what that means, honestly, vCPU, but zero point 0.5 gigabytes of RAM. Whereas if we go to Vercel functions pricing, we'll see that their kind of default machine, I believe, has 2 gigabytes. Um, Something. Uh, yeah, so basically, I think the default is 1.7, yes, 1769 megabytes. So 1.7 gigabytes of memory, and Trigger only gives you half a gig, and they charge even more for active compute, which is just ridiculous, in my opinion. So yeah, with Trigger last month, we basically spent $350 with the bulk of that being active memory, not even just like CPU. For Upstash, that would have been like $240 if we're running it on Vercel, $190 if we're running it on Cloudflare, because basically most of this is just the monthly subscription from Upstash. And then finally, for Cloudflare workflows, that would have been a grand total of $8, with most of that coming from the base subscription, which might actually include, the this $3 in usage. So maybe it would just be $5, right? Um, Now, where this really comes into play is when we think about 10xing this, right? So if we want to get to 100 grand a month, we're going to be doing roughly 10 times as much work as we are right now, probably actually more. But if I make this 16 million workflow runs, then it gets really crazy because we see Trigger goes to $3,500 per month, which actually, is still only half of what we're doing now. So it might actually be more like 50 million runs is more accurate. Um, and then for Upstash, that would be basically like $1,000 on Vercel or $300 on Cloudflare Workers. And on Cloudflare Workflows, just Cloudflare's products alone without Upstash, $44. So if you're doing $100,000, let's see, basically 44 divided by 100,000 would give us, then times 100, would give us expenses of, how the fuck? What number is that? Is that point? that must be right. That's 0.044% uh, of your total revenue is expenses from compute. So, as far as I understand, compute can become extremely cheap, and we can get much higher concurrency, which will solve that problem that we're suffering from right now, primarily, which is that we can't actually service all of our customers because Trigger is just capped out at how many tasks can run. And so, yeah, we have to migrate to Cloudflare. Basically, long story short, we got to migrate to Cloudflare. Um, and then, so yeah, that's what this task is right here. And I'll talk about some of the tasks that we have upcoming, but also some of the services that we're going to deploy on here. So this is the mono repo. I'll probably make a video about setting up my mono repo. Shout out to Backpine Labs for helping me with that. But basically, what we're going to have here is a few different services. So we're going to have events from HighLevel coming in. Right now, we handle all of these on Vercel. It's not ideal. It's about 10 million events per month. So we need to move those over to a Cloudflare service, which is going to basically enqueue them and then try to handle them a bunch of times with a separate worker that can like spin up and just handle them at a consistent rate and publish like dead letters to a basically a dead letter queue so that we can retry them later if they actually get because right now we don't have any recovery mechanism for dead letters. So that's the event consumer and publisher. Then our front end, that's just going to be our Next.js app that we move our website and our dashboard into here. Integrations that's going to be Google, Facebook. I haven't even started. I have another video ranting about Fivetran, how I connect to Facebook and Google to pull in ad spend data. Fivetran is an absolute fucking disaster, and we basically need to move everything over to Facebook or basically our own integration for Facebook and Google to pull ad spend data, and that should get a much better experience for our customers. So we got to create a separate integration for that. We're gonna pull Trigger into this mono repo here just so we can have everything in the same place. And then automations is going to be our back end, and we might break that up more in the future if we need to. So the plan for today was actually to basically put something together in terms of a Stripe webhook receiver, but which we can probably work on a little bit later. But yeah, so that's basically getting Cloudflare set up, really just setting up the mono repo, trying to transition something that has really Cloudflare or moving Stripe over is really just so I understand like how the worker runtime works, how I invoke them, how I bind kind of services. And then once I get that down, I'm going to take on the task of moving a lot of our high concurrency workflows, like our hot paths, over to Cloudflare workflows. Um, and then we have a number of different things we need to work on in terms of the infrastructure along with that. So we need better backend tracking. Right now, I don't have very good insight into AI responses at scale, how that's actually behaving. Um, AI, just concurrency in general, how often contacts are being reevaluated. A bunch of that stuff. My cat is meowing. A bunch of that stuff needs to be logged better. New ad spend integration, I talked about that. Removing, or actually, we could probably partition our database by customer ID to make queries faster for everyone. And then one major issue right now is we have materialized views. So our dashboard really is built super heavily on top of materialized views, which are not ideal because materialized views, they don't really scale, unfortunately. Why does Postgres even have them, dude? Just delete them if they don't scale. But yeah, we have to basically go for a progressive system that's gonna like update over time every time a row is updated, or even using joins to query, but something other than materialized views because this is also not scaling. So yeah, we have a lot of work cut out, but we really need to make sure the infrastructure is solid and we're not going broke from it so that we can focus more on some of the core features for this app. And once we have a lot of the more core features implemented, then we can finally shift over to some more onboarding and marketing work to really try to scale this motherfucker up. I'm aiming for 30 grand a month by the end of the year, and then probably 100 grand a month by the end of next year, assuming all goes well. Which once what you really realize when you're in my position is just how much luck is involved, um, and so we'll see. if that actually works out. But that is the plan. So yeah, that's kind of the plan with the business overall. That's what I'm working towards over the next like definitely 1 month is going to be infrastructure, and then probably the rest of the year is going to be mixing like infrastructure and features and making sure we can actually scale and kind of retain customers. Those are going to be the most important things. Um, so yeah, anyways, I'm gonna quit out of these applications and then we can let's just fuck around with getting the Stripe event receiver working. So we did this. I'll also say I think a really good habit to have is like basically we have closed Figma. We have those four categories, right? Marketing, onboarding, features, and infrastructure. I would say there's two other categories. One of those is support, and then another is bug fixes. And these are things that never go away. It's not like you do something in terms of support and you're like done, right? Um, it's just an ongoing process, and you have to like kind of keep working on it over time. And so with yeah, with uh whatever I'm trying to say, um yeah. So basically, I have a to do on my to do list every day to just fix something that's broken, try to find something that's broken. And yeah, I haven't really fixed much today, but I haven't found any bugs today. Um, which is nice though. It just really feels good to find a bug, fix it that day, and then you don't have to worry about it. Like last week, I literally spent like fucking 3 days straight just like fixing bugs, and I was like, this is bullshit. I never want to do this again. Just fix them as they come up. So anyways, that's really um all we need to do. Um yeah. And so but let's look at this getting this Stripe event receiver set up. Ah, um hey, what's up, Muhammad? Yo, dude, first commenter, bro, you're a goat. Here I'll show you what I'm building, dude. I'll break it down. I'll break it down Steve style. So this is my app. This is my website if you want to check it out, streamlined.so. And it's basically an analytics tool. It plugs into a CRM called HighLevel. And yeah, basically it just pulls out a lot of your data. Some of the big differentiators are it does AI kind of conversation intelligence, and it also just gives you like good kind of visibility. You can calculate custom metrics and break metrics down in ways that usually aren't possible. And it also gives you visibility that you wouldn't really be able to have. And yeah, I have some better description of like the key differentiators. This is one of the most annoying things about Super is they don't cache your page. But basically, how is this different? It's fast and set up, fast to set up, and like no maintenance. A lot of the times these companies that use this CRM will set up their own reporting solution, which is really expensive using like Make and Zapier. It breaks all the time. Everyone has this problem. They can't view all their sub accounts in one view unless they build something custom, which then you have the same problems. And it also does a bunch of AI analysis, which gives us more information than we would have in typical reporting. So that's kind of what the product does. And then this is what it looks like. It's just like a dashboarding tool, really. Um, but yeah, it gives you a lot of insights that you wouldn't normally kind of have. So, and I should fix this because this is not contact quality breakdown. We'll do contact quality by criteria. Bang. All right. So yeah, so anyways, what we need to do is right now we have a route in our normal app that catches webhooks out of Stripe and basically saves them to the database. And so I have to be careful about how I do this because what I've realized is I don't use Stripe's signing secret. And if I go to my Stripe dashboard right now, it's going to be shown on screen. And then you're going to be able to go there and basically fuck me in the ass by just spamming my endpoint with a shit ton of post requests. All right. Hell yeah, Jig Jag. Glad to hear it. From where you get the idea? I got it from, I used to run a marketing agency. I wonder if it's stop drive. I mean, this domain expired, but I used to have something dot framer. Yeah, I don't know. I can't find the website, but I used to run a marketing agency, and yeah, that's kind of where I got the idea from, like not having the visibility. It's it is hard, like having the idea is just the beginning of building a business, but it's also like one of the hardest parts. Like having a solid idea is basically you cannot succeed without a solid idea, and that really is like kind of the hardest part. So yeah, but anyways, that's where I got the idea. Especially like B2B SaaS, you kind of have to like be in some kind of business to get like a business idea because it's hard to know what problems they have without being in it. So um yeah, what we have here is this is a service within Cloudflare. So basically all I did, I think I ran Hono init because they actually have a CLI for doing this. Um so you run something like uh npm create Hono at latest my app, and so you just do dot if you're in the directory, and this creates the app, and then it gives you an option of what kind of template you want to use. So I just chose Cloudflare Workers without Vite as the build tool, and so it just gives you like a configuration like this. So we have like a schema, a ts config, and I've customized this quite a bit. One really fucking annoying thing about this that just chaps my ass is that in Z, which I'm using Zed now, which I actually really like Zed, apart from this one fucking thing, which I use ESLint because I'm a fucking retard. One time I literally overwrote an entire table in my database um, because I just had like you could literally do like function func whatever. And then you could do drizzle dot update db dot x contacts and then dot set name John Doe. So you could do an operation like this, and it would not even throw any errors. It would say, "Yep, that looks good," because um, even though you don't have a where condition. So when you run this, when this code runs, it updates every single fucking contact in the database to have this name and this email, which is exactly what happened. And so you have to have a where condition on here to make sure that it actually only updates the rows that you want to update. So you can get these ESLint rules that prevent you from being a fucking idiot. And then you can also have some nice rules here that basically just like kind of, this isn't a rule, that basically just like kind of make development easier. And then we have prettier. But anyways, with ESLint, here's the problem. So we have this worker configuration file here, and there's this error, or there's this warning. It says file ignored because of a matching ignore pattern. Use no ignore to disable file ignore settings, or use no warn ignored to suppress this warning. Which this is applies when you're using the CLI and linting, but because this is just like static analysis in the editor, you can't like pass this flag. As far as I know, there's like a GitHub issue for this in Z. And so you just have this fucking warning sitting here. And same thing happens for like your database where you have like your relations or whatever. It just has this warning, which is so fucking annoying. I don't want to have any fucking warnings. But yeah, anyways, so we have our TS config, our package, and we're bringing in our database package so we can use that here. And really all we need to do is we just need to set up an endpoint that can basically catch events out of Stripe and basically use that to update the database. So I think what we want to install is we're going to cd into, actually, let's think about how to do this. I think you can do npm focus on this package, and then we're going to say this one is services billing, and then add Stripe. Dun dun dun. Hell yeah, dude. All right, so we installed Stripe here. So now, and I think what we would do is we'll say like updates. So we'll create a file here, and we have a few different type of updates that we need to process. So this will be easier if I just show you what it looks like right now. And basically, the way it works is we have four different routes. So we have a redirect. So, oh, actually, no, this is not being used. We have basically a checkout success route. So whenever someone basically pays the initial kind of setup fee, your videos are solid, but the thumbnails could be more scroll stopping. Um, oh yeah, appreciate it, dude. I mean, honestly, I just don't even, I can't even be fucked to like, yeah, I mean, I can't even be fucked to make thumbnails. Like, YouTube doesn't earn me any money. And so it's not really worth it to me to create thumbnails. And honestly, I get more value from creating videos than I really think I provide to viewers. And I get more value in just the act of kind of creating videos. So it's not really like a view of mine or a goal of mine to get a shit ton of views. I don't really look at how many views I get. Um, but I do appreciate the offer, man, and I appreciate you you being on that hustle, dude. All right. So we have to process subscription checkout events. So whenever someone checks out from our app, we need to basically catch a webhook from Stripe and update that customer in the database so we can know. So basically, we can tell our system like, hey, this customer, like, they're all good to go. Then we have a payment succeeded. So whenever a payment succeeds, we want to track that. We want to put it into the CRM so that we can actually basically track that payment. And then finally, we have a subscription update event, which will basically make it so that if someone's payment method fails, then we're going to update that. Oh, wait, let me write this down here. Um, to do. All right. So here's one scenario. All right. Customer's payment method fails. All right. Um, Stripe route. Jesus Christ, I can't fucking type. Stripe route updates their geez, their subscription status to and it would be something along the lines of uh whatchamacallit, like overdue, right? Okay. So it'd basically be overdue, and then that means event receiver only runs when the status equals active or trialing. And so basically, is it? No, that looks wrong. Okay. So when the status is active or trialing, we let events come in. So we basically like run automations for them. We take in their data, we do a bunch of stuff. But if their payment method ever fails, which might not even be their fault, um, they stop getting new data, which means instantly their data is out of date. And then when they do pay, then we have to run a backfill process to pull in their data. What I want to do is I want to make it so that we give them like a grace period, probably 14 days thereabouts, where we still kind of process like data as normally normal. Maybe we don't run like AI automations, but we're still gonna like catch their data, and handle it. And so what that means is we probably need we can solve with durable object. So basically, the way this would work is each customer gets durable object and then stores subscription status and basically there would be like a status string equals like active or trialing or overdue, whatever. And then it would also store like basically like should process Boolean. Okay. And so the Boolean will basically say, is their subscription active? Then yes. Is their subscription trialing? Then yes. Or is it overdue? And then crucially, we should also store um, uh, subscription overdue date. Okay. And then this would be like timestamp with a time zone or something like that. And so that would basically mean that if someone's subscription goes overdue, we can give them a grace period and we can track that in a durable object. You said backflow DBOs. Don't copy your data and state to your infra. That's wild, unless you don't care. What do you mean? Let me look up DBOs. DBOs. Like this? Is this what you're talking about, John? API key leaked. Dude, don't tell me. No, it's not. If I actually leaked my API key, I would kill myself. You're joking, right? Um, okay, so you go to DBOs. This is what you're talking about, right? You motherfucker, dude. I knew you were joking. All right. Um, so oh, this is interesting. This is basically like Trigger. So you say this is open source, you can self-host it? Oh yeah. GitHub. Damn, okay. That's interesting. I've never even seen this. Is this Python only? Yeah, gotcha. Because Cloudflare has something like this called durable Cloudflare workflows, which are kind of long-running tasks with wait steps and, durable execution with like retries and shit like that. Okay, TypeScript and Python. Yeah, yeah, gotcha. I mean, I don't really want to deal with servers at this moment. Like, I love just serverless, not having to deal with like my database is enough. Just having single region, having to think about like read replicas and eventually sharding is enough of a pain in the ass for me. Um, and I don't know if you were here when I was talking about my pricing, but Cloudflare is going to be actually pretty fucking cheap. Um, yeah, I guess this is I I've technically built like 10 or so projects, but they're all for like Go High Level. So they're all just plugins for Go High Level. Um, and this is my first real like kind of like big swing. It's charging like a lot of money for a SaaS. So yeah, yeah, kind of this is my first SaaS. I'm at like 10K a month, so I'm not actually at 100K a month. All right. Just so you my title doesn't confuse you. But yeah, anyways, so this does look interesting. I mean, durable objects seem like they solve a lot of problems where you can kind of manage state in the same way you would with like KV. Um, except the nice thing about durable objects is they have alarms. So we could basically have an alarm fire. So status becomes overdue, and then we would set alarm for 14 days from now. Um, and so that would basically when the alarm fires, then it would set should process equals false. So that would basically give them like a 14-day grace period. Obviously, we would check did they fix their subscription? And if not, then we would actually mark their account as like, okay, we can't really keep processing this stuff because it seems like they just gave up. Um, yeah. Yeah, true. I don't really know how you manage those with like managing state and shit or version, like managing different versions of durable objects. That seems kind of like a pain in the ass. Future you problem. Yeah, dude, fuck that guy. Um, yeah, appreciate it, Ayush. Yeah, nice, dude. I think honestly, I think learning to code is like actually such a good investment right now because the more I use AI, the more I go like, wow, this is not gonna replace any programmers anytime soon. It's just limited in a lot of really kind of critical ways, especially when it comes to scaling something. Like to get the big picture, you kind of need more context than a million tokens. Um, yeah, for sure. I mean, like, honestly, I don't really understand the difference between durable objects and KV. It seems like the biggest difference is with durable objects, the alarm is built in. But with KV, you would have to basically use something else like Cloudflare workflows to set that alarm, which is a little bit of an extra step. I guess I don't truly understand durable object. I've never used them. So this is kind of like an idea. This would be the plan I would kind of look into. But the plan is to use durable objects basically as kind of KV. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I only use KV right now for like auth, kind of storing like basic like user data and then like deduplication keys. Yeah. I use Redis through Upstash at the moment. I don't know if Cloudflare's KV is actually Redis. Um I'll be taking help of AI, but it's bringing new bugs to this world, lol. Also, I kind of want to be a technical founder as I'm from business background. Yeah. I think technical stuff is kind of more fun. And yeah, dude, AI causes so many bugs. It also just it's you have to go into so much detail when talking to the AI that it's almost not worth it. You could almost just move faster if you just built it yourself. Because going into that much detail requires thinking about it, which you do while you're coding anyway. So it's like just kind of a productivity killer in a lot of cases. Um, yeah. Oh yeah, John. So like my user data is in Postgres, but then I just copy it over to KV or my Redis when I like I use a cookie in the browser to reference an item in KV, and then that allows me to just like because every page load we're reading from that, and so just to save like a bunch of bandwidth. Um, yeah. It's weird that it's in memory, but they only charge for operations. I would assume they would charge for like how much you're storing over time because it has to be kept in like RAM or whatever. Um, but yeah, so basically all we need to implement for now, I think, is really just storing this stuff to the database, exposing this to the web, and the hardest fucking part of this whole app, naming things, because look, by default, you get like a worker.dev URL. And so it would be subdomain.worker.dev. And we could just leave this, but I have to look at it. So maybe we do Stripe, maybe we do billing.worker.dev. That makes sense. But then what happens when we want to have an email address? Well, we can't do billing. We would basically do billing.streamlined.so. But what if we want to have an email address that's billing.streamlined.so? This is where shit gets really hard. All right. Forget coding, forget fucking literally building an LLM ground up, naming shit is 10 times harder. Um, yeah. Okay, so we'll worry about that later. For now, let's just learn how to implement these routes. So with Hono, it appears pretty simple. Basically, you expose like the root path, and so you can run a get request here, and C is the context. Okay, from Cloudflare, including like our environment variables. So basically, all we need to do is, I think, run this dev server and just make sure everything's set up properly. So we'll do pnpm focus, and I have a make file. I'm going to write a make file to make this easier, but I just want to write this out for now so I understand kind of how it works. But we do pnpm focus on a specific kind of module, and that's this one, and then we're going to run dev. And so that should start our dev server. And I wonder what it says your types might be out of date. Is that because we only ran that? It's still the 16th. Anyways, so we have our route, our domain. And so if I click this, it should say hello Hono. Bang! I wonder if, honestly, all right, check this out, dude. Check this out. This is going to be some brilliant fucking engineering right here. Why didn't it? All right, can we add some style to it? What? It's just plain text? I thought it would read it as HTML. All right, whatever. That's not the important part. What we need to do is we need to expose a get route here that's going to be for Stripe to send to. And we'll probably add a webhook secret here too, which I might have to turn off the screen for a minute while I copy over my secrets. John said, you want to use something called a DTO. Whenever you fetch something from an external system like Stripe, don't use their data structure. Make your own and write a function that converts it. Um, and then Ayush said, I don't understand anything as I'm still a beginner, but we'll stay here for some time. All right, appreciate it, Ayush. Oh, John, that's genius, dude. Yeah, I'll show you. I mean, I could show you like this is how we're handling. Like I don't actually store much data from Stripe. Literally just like customer ID and then yeah, so just customer ID. Basically we cut update the customer ID, the subscription status, and then the Stripe subscription ID. That's really all we store. We just pull it out. And then we get nice type safety because we just I mean, we basically just cast it as the type from Stripe, which is pretty nice. So we can do, in this case, we're gonna do, so we'll do um, checkout complete.ts, and we'll export async function checkout complete, and we want to import, and this should throw an error here. If I do this, or import Stripe from Stripe, shit, cocksucker, dude. And we're gonna do event is gonna be stripe.checkout.session. Yeah. And so, God, oh yes, oh yes, 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 dude, look at this. So we have in our eslint.config, we have this rule, which is so sick. So we have TypeScript ESLint consistent type imports. This basically requires you, whenever you import a type, to say import type this thing. And then when you import like an actual like module or whatever, a function, you have to, it just doesn't have the type there. And this is actually like so helpful. And if you don't show it a type, but it is a type, it causes an error. And then in our settings for Z, we have a um, a rule here, which is basically on format. We fix all fixable ESLint rules, which means it's basically going to automatically add that type there, which is super fucking nice. Um, yeah, for sure. Here, I'll because someone asked it a minute ago. Um, I should put better information in the fucking description because how the fuck do I chat back? Okay. Here's the website. So it's basically an analytics tool for, yeah, it's clickable. It's basically an analytics tool for, the thumbnail is Temple OS. It's an analytics tool for this app called Go High Level, which is um, it's a tool. It's like a CRM. So it just plugs into the CRM, helps business owners kind of pull out the analytics that they actually need for their business, especially regarding like sales, kind of the tie between like marketing and sales. And yeah, a lot of those metrics are really hard to track right now. And so my app is basically, we're democratizing data access, I guess you could say. So I'm not really sure if you have to have your app here. I wonder if you could export your endpoint. You could probably do this, right? So we could do um, import app from index, right? And then we could probably say um, app dot, it's going to be a post request, and we'll say checkout complete, right? Right? I mean, that should work, right? Then I just don't know how to get the body, but I would assume there's some other parameter you can pass. Oh yeah, request. Next. It has the type of next. What the fuck is a next? All right, so we're gonna console dot log this request. Okay. Then we'll open up Postman and we'll see if we can actually post to this man. So we're gonna go bang, and we're gonna go boom, and we're gonna go bop localhost slash checkout complete. And if we send that with a body of test true, it's not a very fun payload. Well, of course, we get a fucking 404 error. Motherfucker, dude. Oh, wait. What the fuck? Instead of using Stripe, you should use Lemon Squeezy. John, you've got a lot of opinions, man. Jeez. Stripe owns them. It's a payment of merchant instead of using raw Stripe. Much easier to use. Ask AI the difference. Yeah, I mean, I think I've always seen Lemon Squeezy used for like kind of lower ticket products, just like basic things. Stripe, I also use their usage-based billing, which I don't know that Lemon Squeezy has. Um, oh, bro, yeah, I'm dealing with that fucking global tax shit right now, and it's such a goddamn pain in the ass. Oh, merchant of record. Um, it's a payment of merchant. Uh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's interesting. I didn't realize Lemon Squeezy made it easier for tax compliance. Can you tell how much costs you incur on a monthly basis? Just a rough figure. It's okay, not be exact. How much you pay for hosting, security, databases, maintenance, etc. Let's take a look, shall we? Let's go to my Monarch, which is my finance app. And I actually might briefly turn off my screen here so I don't dox myself. All right, this should be fine. Um, so if we go filters, we're gonna go date is last 30 days, and then we'll go basically I have a few main expenses. So general marketing, ad spend, um, and then we have infrastructure, AI usage, and development. So those are really the main categories. So in this case, in the last 30 days, we spent almost $7,000 in total, which a lot of that actually is coming from AI usage, I would imagine. So yeah, uh, almost half of that is purely AI. Who else can say they spent $3,000 on AI in the last month? And I should really raise my billing threshold here because I mean, $58. I'm paying like $8 in a fee or something. It's a $50 recharge limit. But yeah, in terms of infrastructure alone, we're paying 2,000. So you can see Trigger is 466, Fivetran $1,000. Fivetran just pisses me off. We're going to be replacing Fivetran ASAP as possible, and then Trigger this month is going to be something like $700, and Neon hopefully should go down because I ripped out a bunch of bullshit I didn't need and saved like 30 fucking gigabytes. Um, uh, yeah, it's tax compliance. So if you sell outside of your home country, you need to handle income. Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, right now they want me to like register for VAT or something, which I'll end up paying like fucking $30 to the UK, I guess, to sell to their citizens, which I'm using Tactually. It's a plugin for Stripe, and it's all right. Um, the Apple App Store is a merchant of record. Google App Store is a merchant of record. When people create a web app, everyone goes raw Stripe, not realizing how non-compliant, possibly illegal they are. Oh, interesting. So when you buy through Lemon Squeezy, Lemon Squeezy is paying those taxes as kind of the merchant. So your customer buys from Lemon Squeezy rather than buying from you, how they do with Stripe. That actually makes sense. Um, yeah. I mean, I would like Lemon. Squeezy usage-based billing because I use this heavily. Um, oh, I stand corrected. Fucking A. All right. Yeah. I mean there is a lot of like kind of complexity when it comes to this. Like there's a lot of different ways you kind of charge. This does kind of look legit though. Fuck. Is this the only differentiator? Lemon Squeezy just seems like way less kind of professional. It just seems like literally if I'm selling a fucking, where was that example? Like a PDF or something. Although this is a guide. Oh, yes. Wow. What a fucking gorgeous screenshot to put on your website. You might not be able to see this, but this is literally like fucking 280p, dude. This is the lowest resolution image I've seen in my entire fucking life. 800 by 464. Um, they pay your Final Cut, you only deal with them. Yeah. Oh, I see. So Stripe's coming out with their own product to do that. That's pretty sick. Okay. And is it realistic to make a $0 MVP with enough core 2 or 3 features, then market it on Reddit, get a few hundred users, so that when I reinvest the money back, um, yeah, I mean, I guess as far as that goes, like you definitely want to find a good problem. Um, honestly, I think it costs, I don't know, where are you based on where are you trying to sell to? Because um, what I actually would recommend is it kind of takes some money, but running Facebook ads is just so fucking easy. Going on Reddit, posting, talking to people, it's so slow. You're gonna procrastinate. You're not gonna want to do it. It's just gonna be a huge pain in the ass. Whereas if you just spend like 25 bucks a day on Facebook for like a week or two, you'll know if it's gonna work. Like if people click on your ad and they convert, especially if they like give you their email, bang, like job done. Fucking build it, sell it, become a billionaire. Basically, I mean, from that point on, you're set. But um, yeah, if your ads don't perform, then either they suck or the product sucks. And if your product is hard to market through ads, then it might just be a shit product. Like there are products I can think of that would be good, but they're hard to market, and so it's like there's not really a point in building it because you can't sell it. Um, so okay, I have to figure out why the fuck. Okay, let's just ask the AI because I can't be fucked to Google this. And we got to keep this engaging. All right, so we got checkout complete. So I defined my checkout complete file. I exported the app from the index, then I import it here, and I define like an endpoint, I guess, in Hono, app.post. But when I make a post request to this endpoint, um, it gives me a 404 error. So it's not registering that endpoint. Do you have to define all your endpoints in the same file in Hono? Or how would you define it as a separate file? All right, this is how we fucking vibe code, dude. By the way, I keep it on ask because I don't let the AI get too rowdy with it, you know. Um, Lemon Squeezy allows affiliates though, meaning you can enroll people in. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty nice. I would have to use like dub.co for affiliates, which I don't think they've really hard released their affiliate system yet. Um, yeah, for sure that would be hard to do without a third party system. I probably would never do it, especially managing payouts. Then you got to deal with the compliance of paying out affiliates too. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude, I'm building an analytics tool, not a fucking billing tool. Um, yeah, I guess honestly, dude, I think like starting in freelance is a fantastic idea because the hard part about like building a SaaS is you want like a good idea that's actually like really worth building out. Obviously, there's a million different ways to do SaaS, but in general, if you want to build like a nice SaaS, um, you should probably find a good problem. And the best way to do that is to do something that's a shit ton of work, like freelancing or running an agency or something along those lines. And you'll find problems And especially with AI, with all the kind of unlocks that AI has, you'll say, hey, this problem should be solvable. Let me see if I can like play around with this. One of the biggest regrets I have from running my software, my agency, is that I didn't fuck around enough with like software. So if you just like run an agency or something or freelance and fuck around with like coding and building out stuff with AI, eventually you'll stumble on something that like you could just post on Reddit and be like, guys, I built this cool tool, and it won't be seen as like shilling. And if that post blew up, like you could literally have validation, like almost like that. So I think that's a good way to go about it, Ayush. Um, okay, so when you define routes in separate files, you need to ensure those files are actually imported and executed so the route registration code runs. Oh, you have to import it in the main app. Import route files to register them. Oh, what the fuck? So you import the app and then you export. Wait, you would do. Oh, instead of. Okay, okay. Dude, holy shit. This is fucking crazy. So we'll import Hono from Hono and then we'll const checkout routes equals new Hono. And then we'll do checkout routes dot post. Oh, what? The request is on the context? Hmm. Rec console.log c.rec. Is that a thing? Yeah, I guess. Okay, we'll try. We'll see which one is correct, and then we export default checkout routes. Then you mount that in your main. Holy shit! What the fuck, dude? This is so much different from like Next.js. File system routing, I really think is the best thing ever. File system routing just makes so much sense, whereas this is some black magic. Okay, so we now we import it. Um, check out uh routes. Oh, of course it's a fucking default export. Why is a default export a thing? We import it. What? App.route root. What does this do? Route allows grouping other Hono instance in routes. Okay, interesting. Hmm. I guess this is the first time I've ever worked with Hono. I don't really understand the why they do it that way. But let's see if ChatGPT fucked me over. And of course, it fucked me over because it did a default export, which I actually hate fucking default exports because you can just rename them however you want. And then it's totally unclear what you're importing. And when you rename it, it doesn't cause an error in the other files unless you also change the parameters, which I have OCD. I need everything to match. Yes. Okay. So we made that post, and now let's see what we logged out. So we have um that was that was our early one. And then c.request is this first one. Hono request is raw request, which includes the method, the URL, headers, a bunch of shit I don't understand, and Cloudflare information, which is pretty fucking sick. These Cloudflare headers are actually badass. Whoa! Whoa! My postal code? Wait, this is really close to my postal code. This can't be Seattle. That's. Do they actually know? Okay, that's fucking sick. Um, and then bang, path. Why is request an async function? Okay, whatever. We'll get rid of this. But we should have a body on here too, right? Oh, we need to await the body. I forgot. Const body equals await c dot rec dot JSON. Is that how you do that? Oh yeah, it needs to be async. Unsafe assignment of an any value. Hmm. Console. Now let's log it out and see if my computer fucking catches on fire. And oh, okay, so it's just saying it doesn't like me doing this because I wonder if you can probably pass like a test through as like a generic here. Well, definitely not like that. But how the fuck do you assign? Have any of you guys used Tono? Um, I meant that I freelance get some money enough to make. Yeah, dude. Also, yes, like it's not going to cost you as much as it cost me to start your software. It's going to be free. Like you could literally spin up, get a free project on Vercel or Cloudflare. I mean, look, this is my first time using Cloudflare, but from what I understand, you can get really fucking far for free. And if I was on Cloudflare right now, especially if you're not integrating with like Facebook and shit, you would pay like $5 a month for my scale. So I wouldn't worry about the cost of the infrastructure, honestly. My net worth is $0. It can't be zero, bro. You're exaggerating. Um, Someone will explain it in like 5 minutes. It will give you a directional guide so you're not trying to learn by reverse engineering the library with AI LMIO. 2x speed. Yeah, well, I can't be fucked to read the documentation, so this is how we're gonna do it. Um, this is how you learn Next.js, by the way. We just see, okay, I'm just gonna say I want to pass this generic as the body of the request. Can I do that? And I'll just throw this error in there. And this is an ESLint error, which is nice because otherwise you wouldn't know that this is typed as any. Um, it's really nice to know when you have something that's implicitly typed as any, so you can fix it because otherwise you're gonna try to reference something that doesn't fucking exist, and your code's literally gonna fucking explode. And that's a disaster if your code explodes. Yes. Thank you for the likes, guys, dude. 6 likes. Let's go. Retracted. John, you have you gone cold here? Okay. So yeah, obviously it's a fucking any type. So yes, you can pass. Oh, that's all you do. You pass it right here. Of course, I'm fucking retarded. All right, bang. So that gives us our generic type for the body. And yeah, that's really all we need to do. So now we can actually set this up properly, where we'll say this type is going to be, we could just say stripe dot checkout dot six dot session. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. So um, this is going to be our slash checkout complete route. And I don't know that you actually need. So what do we really need for this? So we'll create a readme md, and so I'm going to copy this over. So really, we need a few main things. Manage manage payment. subscription statuses. It's going to look like that. And then we'll have catch Stripe webhook events. We're going to start validate webhook signature so that we can actually just not get fucking DDoSed, because that's one of the beautiful things about making YouTube videos is people try to fuck you in the ass against your consent. I noticed you're a new dev. Cloudflare is known for keeping prices a little to draw you in. Then once you're a dependent, they basically force you to use enterprise or kick you off. Yeah, for sure. I saw that story where the guy, well, I don't know if this is the same thing, but this company was, I guess, serving like basically porn or something, and then Cloudflare like was like, "Pay us $200,000 or you're gone," because it was against their terms of service, and that was a really bad look for Cloudflare. And yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I'm not worried about getting too big to the point where Cloudflare really fucks me over. But um, the thing I like about Cloudflare is their VA isolate kind of primary system, and the fact they only charge for CPU, active CPU. Whereas if you look at AWS Lambdas, you just pay for active memory just the whole time the function is running. And my workload is so heavily IO, um, kind of bottlenecked that paying for all of that is gonna like make me go fucking bankrupt. Um, yeah, yeah, I'll try not to get too successful. Yeah, that'll be pretty important. Wait, Ayush, you said thanks? John, were you talking to me or Ayush, dude? Okay, so then we'll validate the webhook signature. Then we just need to update database. So we need a couple bindings. We're going to need Stripe webhook secret. We're also going to need Stripe. We're going to need, yes, we need a webhook secret. We also need database uh, connection string, and then we need the Stripe. Um, we don't need the Stripe API key here. Actually, I think we do in some cases, but that should really be the only bindings we need. Oh, and then durable objects if we use them. Okay, so yeah, so update database, fetch additional info from Stripe, and bang. That's really all we need. So we'll go here, and I don't know if we actually need this index because, well, probably what we should do, well, probably just define, you can do, oh no, you could probably do parameters. Okay, nice. That's pretty sick. So probably what we'll do just to simplify this is instead of exporting everything from a separate file, we'll just have one route that kind of catches all these events because they're all basically kind of very similar. So we're just going to have slash event slash type. And so type event type equals either checkout complete or um, subscription update or um, whatever. We'll leave it like that. So then all we're going to do is const type equals c dot request dot param type. Oh, that's nice. You get type safety here too? No. No, yeah, no, it's fine. Why did it suggest it, but you don't get type safety? So anyways, then we're going to do switch type and then case checkout complete. Um, default return. Yeah, we'll just throw 400. And I'm really gonna rely on chat here to tell me if I'm making a massive fucking issue, security wise. This is not the brightest idea here to code my fucking webhook receiver for my payments on YouTube, but it'll be okay. I think. Um, you'll be surprised if you learn to spin up one box on GCP, a decent amount of memory and CPU. It'll probably hinder your entire load forever. Yeah, I'm just not a 10x engineer, John. I'm not gonna spin up a fucking VPS and, you know, worry about all that shit. Yeah, serverless is definitely a scam, but like you're just paying for convenience and I'm very happy to pay for convenience. I'm from the US, Ayush, kind of near Seattle. You should never handle webhooks directly. Yeah. I mean, the nice thing about Stripe is they retry events. So if your event receiver crashes, they'll retry it like 3 or 4 times. And so you don't really have to, and I could always like wrap this in a try catch statement and then just like log it to, I used to have pushover so I could send myself a notification when I had an error, but now they banned me because I sent like 80,000 events in like a minute because I had an error that was really bad. Um, yeah. But yeah, they retry it like they have like exponential back off by default, which is pretty nice. So in this case, I'm not really worried about losing that. Um, okay, we'll get rid of this and that and that. And so yeah, that looks legit. And then I think we can pass event type here. No? Oh, we'll just get rid of this one for now. What the fuck, you cocksucker, dude? To type? Oh, bro. I mean, we could just do that, right? Fuck it, dude. I mean, it's not gonna be perfectly type safe anyways. Doesn't matter. Um, anyone can hit that endpoint and trigger any of those. Usually webhooks need auth, like HMAC. Well, yeah. Yeah, for sure. There's a few barriers to that. Like you would have to know basically your internal customer ID, which is never exposed. And I'm gonna add a webhook signature here. So we should actually look at that because that's probably the main thing to do. Stripe verify webhook signature. Um, yeah. So what do you do? Okay, so you take the request, you take your signature, a secret specifically for that endpoint. Oh, I see. Okay, so they send a signature, then you have a secret, and then you pass the request bot. Why do you pass the request? It's supposed to be a header, the signature. A signature verification error. No signatures found matching the expected sentence. If you get this error, at least one of the three parameters you passed is incorrect. The following steps. So basically, or it could be malicious, right? If it throws an error there. Um, so probably what you would do is you would rip something like this. So you'd say, before we get the type, we'll say dot catch error. I'll type it out. I'm feeling fancy. Then we'll basically console dot error out that error, and then we'll return c dot text webhook. Yeah. Zed keeps giving me this fucking error. Yes, I know the file has changed. I just fucking changed it, you cocksucker. I'm gonna fucking fix this, dude. This is so annoying. Dead. After switching branches, I didn't switch branches at all. Yeah, yeah. Okay, whatever. Um, so yeah, you do import. Is that how you do it? No. Import Stripe from Stripe. Is that right? No. Sucker. Motherfucker. 8 viewers. Let's go to fuck 7 viewers. Fuck, dude. Just joking. Um, Stripe is sending a secret code to you. Use that code to verify the Stripe sent the code. Basically, no one knows the code except Stripe and you. Yeah. So I get my signing secret from the dashboard. I wonder, the signing secret, is it actually secret? I guess you could maybe reverse engineer it, right? Um, but if the secret itself, it's different. Don't verify signatures on event forward by the CLE. Whatever. Okay. Some frameworks. Hmm. Okay. Body mapping template like this. What the fuck? What the fuck? This is a thing in AWS Lambda? What the fuck, dude? What is this? It's like some cursed fucking pseudo language. Okay, and then print the signature parameter. Oh, I see. So the signature, where the fuck is the signature? For each param, escape JavaScript. Is it just me or is this documentation like fucking confusing as shit? Just show me the code, dude. Show me the fucking code. I'm just gonna copy and paste it. Um, okay. Resolve webhook signature verification errors. Oh, that's why I'm looking at the fucking. God, I'm such an idiot. Okay, so we basically take the. Oh no, dude, I exposed my Stripe secret. Hi, Adam. Dude, nice name, bro. Nice to meet you. I mean, yeah, they have an SDK. I'm gonna use that. Okay. Okay. So, oh, what? This actually looks like a Hono app. App.post. Expect. Oh, I guess it's Express. So Express is probably where Hono got the this notation from. So we have our body. The event is the request body. So we would basically go, I guess how they're saying it. We'd say const event equals await c dot rec dot JSON as, and it would be basically stripe dot whatever we could do event stripe dot checkout dot session import stripe from stripe like that, and this needs to be async. Okay, so we just copy from their docs. If if we have an endpoint secret defined, otherwise use the basic event deserialized with json.parse. Only verify the event if you have an endpoint secret defined. What? Oh, I see. Okay, so yeah, we would type in our endpoint secret, right? So we have an endpoint seeker. We're gonna have one, and then we say signature equals request.headers.get. Ah, bang! It's just a header. Why did they make it so complicated? So then we'll say const secret equals cdirect dot um, headers dot get, bang, like that. Jesus Christ. Unsafe call of a n error. Type typed value. No unsafe call. What? Maybe we need a one of these bad boys. Nope. All right, whatever. That's gonna work perfectly. Don't worry about it. And then we'll probably say, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter if this is undefined because it'll just throw an error anyways. Then we'll just say, um, oh, that's why you let event, because then you actually, wait, why do you have to construct the event? Because they don't send it hashed, do they? It's really interesting, right? Is it not? How come you actually, how come in this case you get the request body at the start, but you use let, and then you turn the event into the result of construct event, passing in the body and the signature and the secret? Because shouldn't the event just be the event, and then all you have to do is verify the secret, and if the secret's valid, then you just continue? Talk, sucker, motherfucker. Oh wait, we could do this. There we go. Bang. Um, whoa. John just dipped, dude. All his messages went away. Is 17 too late to learn to code? Nah, brother. Dude, I started learning to code when I was like fucking 20, bro. Like, probably, no, older than that. Actually, no, 20 sounds about right. But yeah, dude, I mean, you're not too old, honestly. Like, I think a lot of the like prodigy coders started when they were like 9 or 10 or something. But honestly, if you just want to make money, have a good life, like maybe you're never gonna build your own fucking operating system, but I would much rather have a social life than be like some expert coder. And it doesn't matter if you're that cracked at coding, right? The main thing is there's so much to it other than coding. And yeah, that stuff's probably more important. So this pattern, um, the key insight is that striped.webhooks.construct events does two critical things. Yep, it verifies the signature, and then it returns the parse and verified event object. This is the trusted version of the event. And you don't await this. No, this is a synchronous operation. Returns the parse, get the raw body as buffer slash string due to express dot raw. Oh, oh, what the fuck? Oh, I see. So this is just like a really fucked up express thing. I don't even know what this is as buffer string. So we'll just do, okay, yeah, I see. So until verified, you shouldn't parse the webhook data because I guess that in itself could be kind of like a payload or like an attack, right? That makes sense. Okay. So what we'll just do, and I think this is actually much easier, is we'll go const event equals stripe.webhooks like that. Oh, and then this should be properly typed, I would imagine, once we get this working. And so you import Stripe. They're using fucking this old ass require syntax, which pisses me off. Import, uh, what the fuck is the import for Stripe? From Stripe? Is that right? Okay. Stripe.webhooks. Jesus Christ. AI, come to my rescue, dude. Please, I'm a fucking idiot. Oh, fuck, motherfucker. We need to include this file at index. I wish I could understand what you're doing so I could talk about it. Bro, we're building a fucking webhook receiver. This is honestly, you don't even do this that much when you're coding. Um, Basically, we're just catching an event from Stripe, and it's actually going to be a post request. And so we're just catching an event out of Stripe, and we just need to handle it so it updates our database. Um, Damn, it's reading all this shit. I can see that ESLint is occurring because stripe.webhooks or construct event is a synchronous function that throws errors, not an async function that returns a promise. You can't use .catch on synchronous? Motherfucker, dude. What do you use instead? I hate using try catch. Jesus Christ, stop reading my whole fucking. Yeah, but I don't want to use try catch. Is that the only way to do it? Is there no way you can append like a catch statement on a synchronous function? Because that means I don't have to do let event blah blah blah. You're absolutely right. You can't do that, you fucking dipshit. Um, Unfortunately, there's no ways to use catch without a promise. But Stripe says basically this will throw an error. Yeah, okay. So you cocksucker. Wrap it in a promise. Oh, await promise.resolve. That's such a hacky fucking workaround, dude. What the fuck? Do people actually do this? Yeah, no. Yeah, fuck that, dude. Fuck, motherfucker, dude. All right, fine, fine. So we're gonna have um async function handle event webhook event event. Oh, but we need to return. I guess we could just have this same return type, right? Yeah. So we're gonna return, we're gonna pass in C, which is going to be C of type, whatever the fuck this is. Jesus Christ. Oh, holy shit. Siri scared the shit out of me. What the fuck is this goddamn type, dude? How do I? This is the most cursed thing ever. What the hell? What the fuck? How do I type this out, bro? Motherfucker, dude. How do? Alright, fuck you. How do I type this C param? Can I infer it instead of just retyping it? Someone took away their like. John, dude. John abandoned us. Since you're using Hono, you can extract the type from the route handler. Type webhook context. Oh, interesting. The parameters utility type. What the fuck is? Hmm. Okay, that's interesting. Type webhook context equals context from, where the fuck does context come from? Cloudflare context? Context. Oh. JSX, that's not what we need. Context from Hono. Bang! Alright, now this better fucking work, dude. Webhook context. Now we can actually just take all this shit. Fuck sucker. Guys, if you're not swearing while you're coding, then you're doing something wrong. Alright. So all we'll do is we're gonna say here, and we can actually move this down as well. And we're just going to do try handle webhook event C catch error state failed to validate. Bang. All right, easy. Okay. And then all we're going to do here is grab our secret from the request, which now this type is broken. Except it lets me pass this type properly. It doesn't throw an error when passing the type, but now it doesn't let me. Property headers does not exist on type Hono request event type unknown. Did you mean header? I wonder if that's right. No, I don't think I did mean header. Motherfucker, dude. This is what happens when you don't read the fucking docs. Did bro leak his Stripe secret key? Yeah, dude. It's all over the internet. What's your average work time a day? I'm dedicating 8 hours a day. Yeah, I'd say 8 hours is pretty good. 8 hours of actual like focus time. Can't really focus much past 8 hours, I would say. Do you have any suggestions for me? I would say start out easy, use something easy like React. AI is really good at React. Don't try to get fancy with like fucking Svelte. I used Svelte for a bit, but AI just sucks at Svelte, and there's not as many like just drop-in packages. I would say just using React is a good hack. TypeScript for everything. Um, I try to keep it really simple, when you're building shit. Um, and just like be pretty open to just like trying a bunch of shit. Just like keep building random shit until something hits. Um, that's kind of the best way to do it. Is just build a bunch of shit. Why is it Ono request unknown? God fucking damn it, dude. And this fucking function is having an error. Oh, because we're not awaiting anything. Wait, wouldn't you have to do? Oh, this is so fucked, dude. Wait, so you can't await. This is not an asynchronous function. This would literally be let event equal. And then you have to do the thing that Stripe tells you, where you take the raw kind of like bit, whatever it's called. So you do c.rec dot blob. Jesus Christ. Why is this so fucked up? What the fuck am I even doing, dude? There should be something that's basically the same as like body. Parse body can parse request body of type form data. No. I think we might want like blob. So that will give us, I guess, just like kind of the raw body. And then we would pass in the, oh, okay, gotcha. We would pass in c.rec.blob or whatever it is. That might not be it. And then we pass in the signature and our um, c.env.stripe webhook secret, although we don't have one set right now. What are you trying to do? Yeah, we're just catching events out of Stripe, Brandon, to update our kind of customer row. The main thing I'm working on right now is trying to fucking get this signature validation working, um, which is not as simple as I thought it would be. I thought it would just be verify the signature, blam. But this is not quite what I expected. Um, Mainly because of this fucking I've never worked with Hono, so I don't understand why it's what this type actually is and why it's fucking being a bitch in the ass. Or um how I pass just the argument of type promise blob is not assignable to parameter of type string buffer. So we don't okay, so you'd have to await that. So we don't want that. We want rec dot maybe body cache. I don't even know what the body cache is. Body data. Argument of type partial body and parse body is not assignable. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's see what our buddy here has to say. This is the reality of coding. Just asking AI fucking everything. Would it help if I moved myself up here? The problem. In Hono, you need to get the raw body text. Yes. Okay. Async can properly await the body text. Well, you say that. I fucking copy this. Well, yeah, you say that, but this is from their docs. So they don't await it, the payload. Don't do body.json. They get a buffer. Or is. Okay. What did it actually say? Raw body. Oh, dot text? Is that right? Await text. Jesus, there's a million fucking errors here. Oh, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Okay, okay. AI knows what it's doing. And we'll say, yeah, okay. Copy that. And then, do you need a Stripe client? I don't think you do. Why would you need a Stripe client? Oh, I see. Yeah, you do need it. Why are you passing in your environment variable then? That's kind of no. She's kidding, dude. I hope he's fucking kidding. Try catch. Yeah. I just hate doing fucking try catch, dude. You have to do the let and then like do it inside. It's just such a fucking pain in the ass. Okay, interesting. So we have to create a Stripe client. And that means we probably, yeah, actually that's not bad. So we'll do const client equals new Stripe with c.env.stripe secret key and import Stripe from Stripe. Yeah, so that doesn't exist. But then we use client.webhooks.construct event, and we'll go const raw body equals await c.rect.text, and now this needs to be asynchronous. Async. And then we pass the body, the signature, and our secret. Again, even though our client has a secret, which makes no fucking sense. And we get rid of this. Let event stripe dot event try this catch error log it return it blam. Wow, AI is fucking amazing, dude. Holy shit, my job is I'm gonna get replaced. Okay, and then we grab the type and then we process it, blam, like that. And so then it's basically just going to be, then we're just going to have a function here like this. And so we don't need Hono anymore. All we're going to do is we're going to have, if we have a checkout complete, then we're going to do, we could do, we probably want to, actually, in this case, we'll say failed to process webhook, and then we'll just let these return. C.text. Okay. So here, we'll just await. Do we want to await whatever this fucking handle checkout complete? And so handle checkout complete with event as stripe dot checkout dot complete session. You cocksucker motherfucker, dude. Brandon, help me out, dude. Yeah, bro. I think my Instagram might be in the description. You shoot me a DM, bro. Yeah, so I'll try to pronounce your name. 7895. I'm not at 100K a month. That's the goal. I'm at like 10K a month. But yeah, that's what I'm basing it on. My SaaS, the goal of 100 grand a month. Get clickbaited, bro. Just kidding, dude. Don't report me. Okay. And we'll just comment this out. And in this case, I wonder if they retry events if you return a 400. Okay. And then this is the only problem, because it doesn't want us to, but actually we should be able to just say this event is going to be either stripe.checkout.session. Yeah. So because construct event can return probably basically anything, right? Yeah, so stripe.event. Wait, why does it say we're using it before declaration? Because we're... Oh, Jesus Christ. There we go. Motherfucker, dude. You cocksucker. Why do I really have to fucking typecast this? Stripe.checkout.session. This should throw an error. Jesus Christ, dude. This is a stripe.event. Okay. So if we let that be an event, then we assign it to be an event. I mean, why don't we just move this shit? These try catches really piss me off, dude. Oh shit, you've DM'd me, bro? What's your thing on IG? Oh, what the fuck? Stream settings. Oh yeah, my bad. What the fuck? What happened to my goddamn Instagram? Alright, here, let me... Instagram. IG. Blam. Alright. Boom, bam, bow. Alright, sick, dude. I really, dude, I thought this was going to take me, like, maybe an hour, and it's been, like, 3 hours or something. You dog, dude. I'm Nick Surev, but better. I need to see this. I spent too much time working. That's hilarious. You compare me to this guy, dude.
Today, I'm going to start it.
I've had someone mention this guy to me. Yeah. I love this, like, AI automation agency thing. Bro, you gotta sell fucking edit and automations, dude. That's the only way to get rich in 2025. I don't know. This shit is just so, like, retarded. They just sell to people who, like, don't even understand fucking anything. That was me, like, 3 years ago. I was literally watching, like, best business models to start. You still grinding it at your parents, or are you moving around? Nah, dude, I'm still at home, bro. I'm going to move out in 2026 in the start of the year, which means I've got another, 5 months or something of living at home. 4.5 months. Probably like 5. Yeah, dude. Oh, is it Daily Updates channel? Nick does? Jesus. Oh, yeah, shit. That's sick, dude. Damn, he's got more subs than me. Fuck. Oh, he's got someone doing thumbnails. This is interesting. So he's just, like, vlogging. Daily updates are just so fun, dude. It's so easy to fucking just turn on the camera and not script out a video and not edit it. Editing fucking blows, dude. Editing is actually, like, one of the worst things you can do. Okay. So what I'm thinking is we could wrap... Because what's pissing me off is that we have to do this let event equal stripe.event. And then it doesn't like it when I pass... Because technically it doesn't know... Oh, wait. This must take a generic. Stripe.checkout.session. You cocksucker, dude. Expected 0 arguments. Fuck you, dude. Cocksucker. Motherfucker, dude. Can someone help me, dude? Why the fuck? Alright. You know what? As this. And then I'm just gonna complain. How do I do this? You're beyond broke? Fuck, dude, that's tough. I'll probably go to Bali or Europe or South America or somewhere in the US. I'm pretty lonely, honestly, so I need to like go somewhere I can make friends and not like somewhere where I don't speak the language. So I haven't really decided, but I'll probably just bounce around for a while. Yeah, for real, dude. So I totally agree. I'm gonna have to make $100,000 a month before I can move to like California or something. Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's sick. He's like Alex Hormozy, bro. You have the podcast, the daily videos, all this shit. Yeah, honestly, I talked to someone recently who told me she ran this like she runs this agency, and she was telling me she makes like a few $1,000 a month, like $3,000 or $4,000 a month, and she has this like program where she helps other people start their own kind of agency, and that one's doing like 20 grand a month. I think it's kind of consistent where you make like some amount of money just doing the thing, and then you go fucking sell people on how to do that thing, and you make 10 times what you made actually doing it. And yeah, like it's, I don't know if it's really a grift, but it is kind of like, I don't know, it just seems kind of shallow and a little bit scammy, a little bit grifty. Nice, dude. You're going to Japan? Oh, that's badass. Brandon, bro, we gotta link up, dude. Dude. Oh, hit me up on Instagram. We should actually like meet up somewhere. I'll be fucking over the moon, dude. That is so sick. Are you staying in like hostels or hotels? Like, are you gonna like, what's your kind of travel plan? Because I've never traveled. I mean, I've traveled, but I've never traveled solo. I don't really know. Forsaken, you need tips, dude. How do I even get started? These YouTube gurus got me too confused. Bro, legit, yeah, the YouTube gurus will fuck you over. Not even like giving you bad advice, but just all the shit that goes into your brain. Honestly, when I stopped watching YouTube, that's when shit changed. Like now I watch like purely entertainment, like Fireship and like random. You should have seen the start of the stream, dude. We were watching some good content. But yeah, there's a lot of fucking like bullshit that you can find, and they just fill your head with shit. And so I think really like business isn't complicated, right? It's just like do something that provides value and kind of keep providing more and more value as you get more skilled and are able to think bigger. And I think all the YouTube gurus just kind of like fill your head with a bunch of ideas, but having ideas like is very fast. Like you can just kind of like have an idea and think about it, but then actually implementing it is very slow. And so you kind of have to build that muscle of just like having an idea and sticking to it. Like I ran my first marketing agency for 18 months and it was dog shit. I cannot tell you how terrible it was. But I stuck with it, and that's probably why I am where I am today, because I actually learned to like stick with something, and quitting YouTube was like a huge, like I literally just quit YouTube for like 6 months or something. Atlanta, dude, you want me to come to Atlanta? Atlanta's like, I want to get shots or something. Actually, I know a startup working out of Atlanta. But isn't Atlanta, I mean, it's not like super nice, is it? It's not like warm. It's kind of, can't it be cold? I can earn in USD and spend in, yeah, dude. That's fire, bro. Yeah, if you can make fucking USD and live in India, I think INR is rupees. Hell yeah. Going to Airbnb. Yeah. Okay, sick. Dude, yeah, that's sick. Brandon, we gotta link up, dude. Hit me up on Instagram again. We should hang out in the real world. Um yeah, Forsaken, like I don't know, dude. It's hard to get started, like for real. It's actually fucking hard. Um but yeah, I think I would just honestly pick one thing. Like if there's something you're like kind of leaning towards, even if you're gonna see like 10 videos, it's like, bro, this thing is saturated. Like SaaS is everyone's been saying like SaaS is saturated or AI automation is saturated or this is saturated. It's not. It's never saturated. I started SMMA like 2 years ago when all the YouTube videos were like SMMA is dead. You're a fucking idiot if you start SMMA. I'm quitting SMMA. Blah blah blah. And I mean, look, I didn't make any money. Like I paid bills, but there were kids that started at the same time as me that were literally making like fucking 100 grand a month within like 8 months. So saturation and like all that shit is just on YouTube. That's the only place it really is. Um, what's all this even like? How does it work? Any clue? All right, internet based. Are you talking about this fucking bullshit code right here that we're looking at? Um, a guy was ranting about how scam Iman Godzi course was. He bought a selling course and he was teaching winners versus losers mentality. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Saturation is good, dude. Like I remember everyone got into the med spa space because there was this kid who killed it in med spa, that niche, and everyone started going into med spa, and they were like, and then it became super saturated, and then literally this kid that started at the same time as me after the whole med spa thing where it was like super saturated, he's the one who went to 100 grand a month in that the most saturated niche you could pick. He made it to 100 grand a month within like 8 months, and he was like 17. He's still like 3 years younger than me. So yeah, dude, saturation is kind of a good thing, honestly. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, if you're going paycheck to paycheck, I've never really like lived like that. I have the privilege of living at home, so I can just be a fucking um what do you call it? Uh, I I freeload. I can be a freeloader. So if you're paycheck to paycheck, that is tough. Um, I would say like I don't know. Yeah, one of the biggest advantages you have starting out is just going to like businesses near you. But if you're in India right now, um, then you're gonna be earning in INR and also spending in INR, right? Um, yeah, Tony, first time web development. Dude, honestly, I wish I had started playing with like vanilla JavaScript because I still don't really understand how React works. And it's nice to kind of have like a low level understanding. Like you'll hear some people say like, yeah, you should understand the fundamentals. First, you should write binary, then go up to like assembly, then write in C. That's a little bit overkill, but I would start out in like vanilla JavaScript, write like a website and be like, God, this is terrible. And then go to something like Svelte or React and be like, wow, this is way better. And then from there, you just like have an idea, you just try to build it, and you learn as you go. That's how I did it, at least. I never like bought a coding course because I'm too impatient. I got TikTok brain. Okay, so the issue is, oh, bro. Okay, holy shit, this is such a revelation. So all we have to do, we don't even need this event, this type parameter, because the type is actually going to come straight from the fucking webhook type out of Stripe. So all we do is we don't need this type here. We get rid of this type parameter. And then we're just going to switch the event type, right? Blam. Oh, yes. And then we can probably get rid of this. If this Motherfucker, dude. From type session. Checkout session completed event. Then this would be const test equals event. Stripe.checkout session completed event. Okay, so that's what we actually need to type this as. Stripe.checkout session completed event. Blam. All right. We did it, guys. We have a event coming in from Stripe. We can get rid of this fucking enum that we don't need. We have this webhook coming in from Stripe. We pass it down to handle webhook. So we can basically have this try catch up here. And then yeah, we validate the payload. And if that fails, then and actually I don't know why we have this in a try catch, because we have this in a try catch. I'm fucking retarded, dude. This is what it's like, dude. I've been coding for like a year and I'm literally just complete dumb. Oh, thanks for subbing, Forsaken. These so-called gurus. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to miss your extra view on my videos, you know, but I actually quit YouTube when I was trying to really make it work, and it helped a shit ton. Like, you don't need to read books. You don't need anything. You basically know what you need to do. It's like sell something. And, yeah, I think all that other shit just, like, fucking clogs you up. I never watch those gurus anymore, dude. Once you make, like, $5,000 a month, something like that, you go, oh, okay, I got this. I don't need these fucking people trying to sell me their $18 course or whatever, or $18,000 course. Because the people here don't give opportunities to dropouts. Oh, dude, I'm a dropout too, Forsaken. Wait, what do you mean? So you're from India, right? What do you mean you can earn in USD? You mean you just sell to the US market, right? On what are your views on billion-dollar value startups early days? I think OpenAI was valued at $1 billion pretty early on. The thing was, like, with OpenAI, I don't know, I think in a lot of cases that $1 billion valuation comes from something intangible, because it's not cash flow. It's not like they're doing, like, you know, $100 million in profit every year or something. It's basically like expected growth and some kind of moat that they are expected to have. Like in the early days, OpenAI had such a big moat, it seemed, because they were the first kind of general market LLM, but then other companies started to create LLMs, so their valuation got called into question, and it was like, and their valuation keeps going up, but in general, I think, I don't know, it's kind of, you know, there's a sucker born every minute, right? That's where those $1 billion valuations come from. Fix the security of AI first. Yeah, dude, for real. Okay, so, and now that I realize this, we don't need this try catch here, because we're literally going to validate it right here. So we're just going to have, and I mean, if this fails, it should return a 500 anyways, so that should be fine. And then we'll just do this. Blam. And maybe we could do, I don't know, we could probably have this return whatever this promise is. I wonder what that would be typed as, though. Do you need a return statement on an endpoint? Sometimes it's good to read the docs. but salvation. But in this case, I can't be fucked. And then if we return this, unsafe return of a value. What? Huh? I guess we gotta pass C down, right? C, which is going to be context from Hono. And then this returns response and typed response. Oh, it's just a promise of response. Promise response from Hono, I would imagine. Or just general response. Fuck it. All right. I think that's really all we need to do to type this. And all right, blam. Yeah. That's not too bad, honestly. I thought it would be... Actually, no, I thought it would be fucking way easier to verify the stupid fucking signature. Now we have to add our secret key, which means figuring out how these fucking bindings work. So I think... Cloudflare env bindings. So... secrets. So how do you bind a secret? What is this an example of? Oh, env. But this doesn't... Maybe this is only in a traditional worker, whereas when you use a Hono, you need to pass it down from the context, potentially. I would imagine that makes sense. Yeah, gotcha. Dude, wait, what? I pay like $20 a day to eat at Chipotle twice a day. That's like 3,000 calories. How is it only $20 in India, too? Yeah, so that's a good point, for sure. It's a much more concise explanation than I gave. If your sats gets valued at 1 million to 10, would you have a quit? I've seen so many rappers get this valuation, like Cal. Yeah, I mean, valuations are tricky, especially with a business like mine, where I haven't raised capital, I don't have any co-founders, and I don't have that much of a moat. And I'm a plugin for a CRM, which overall I think kind of just makes the valuation not that great. I would probably expect to get something like 5x yearly profits, which means if I get to $100,000 per month and I'm operating at like 80%, then that's $80,000 per month times 12 is $960,000 times like 5. So $4.8 million valuation, kind of, I don't know, like that's like probably a best case scenario. I mean, that's hard to say though, right? Because $4.8 million, it's like a lot of money, but you're not going to retire. Whereas 80 grand a month profit is like amazing. You know, $80,000 a month in personal income would be fucking insane. And I don't know, it might just be better to sit on it, you know? Plus, I've heard like everyone say like when they sell their business, they just get depressed because they have nothing to do. You know? Bro, you got it, dude. You got the dark mode. Dude, I had it on light mode because now I look like I'm a recluse, but fuck, my eyes were burning. Aqua Voice. What's up, Jack? Should hesitate. Thanks for just passing by. Aqua Voice. Wait, this? No, this is a Google ad. Oh, this is a Whisper Flow. I haven't tried this. Oh shit, this is a YC company. Yo, this website is really weird, dude. This is like, um, does not give off the impression I think they want. It's kind of a nice graphic. But yeah, I use Whisperflow, Tyler. Whisperflow is actually pretty fucking nice. Um, Live transcription looks pretty nice though. Whoa, what the fuck? That's the exact same. Look, I have this little thing at the bottom of my screen. That's pretty crazy. Oh shit, dude. They called out Whisperflow. Streaming, no streaming. Oh, they can stream text. Yeah, but the thing I like about Whisperflow is I don't have to stay on the window. This is word error rate. What is this number? Oh, yeah, word error rate. Yeah. That's interesting. They say 12.5%. I haven't really seen that high of errors from Whisperflow. Damn. Do you use this, Tyler? Yeah, it's called Whisperflow. I don't even know if they're like VC backed. I think they're just like bootstrapped. I don't see anything about investors. But yeah, Whisperflow's been my go-to. Doesn't work that well on a phone. It's like a really fucked up secondary keyboard, but on the Mac it's just like smooth. Okay, so we need to get. It would be nice if you could just have the environment variables stay in the Cloudflare dashboard so I don't have to fucking pull them down all the time. And so I don't expose them in a YouTube video, because one time I exposed my database URL and someone rammed me in the ass. Quite unpleasant experience. Okay. Oh wow, put these in your git ignore. That's crazy. Create files name .devs.vars. Environment name. Adding secrets to your project. Secrets can be added through Wrangler secret put or Wrangler version secret put. So, okay, so you can put the secret there. Managing secrets. Well, how the fuck do I bind it so it's type safe, you cocksucker, dude? Env dot. Motherfucker. What? Secrets and environment variables are different? Oh, okay, I see. You can add environment variables which are a type of binding to attach text strings or JSON values to your worker. Environment variables are available on the env parameter passed to your worker's fetch event handler. So I'm assuming when you use Hono, because this C is the context, it includes the bindings along with, yeah, so it's context with this generic type. So that must include these environment variables. So you go, oh, okay. Wait, what? But these aren't secrets. These are just like variables. But you would add them in your JSON C. Although my friend helped me do this, Backpine Labs, which is a great YouTube channel. He got me fucking hooked on Cloudflare. But basically, we go into our worker configuration, and then we would add, I suppose. Wait, what? How does this work? Where is this? What? Oh, this is closed down here. What the fuck? Okay, whatever. So we would have, I guess, something along the lines of, well, we could look at this example. Data service configuration. Secret store secret. Secret store. Huh? Okay, so we put in our value and then we go secrets. Oh, I see. So this just probably pulls it when we like deploy or whatever from our the only thing I don't know is, so we'd go stripe secret key, and then this would be secret store secret, like that. Okay, now that's actually closed. My only question is, when we run pnpm focus at services / billing pull, when we refresh this basically generated file, yeah, it resets our thing. So wouldn't it not really work? I mean, that just sounds annoying. And then unsafe argument of type error. Of type error typed what? Type error typed assigned to a parameter of type string. You cocksucker, dude. Why can't this be in fucking English? .env. Nope, that's not it. God, I'm fucking retarded. Looks like a rapper, not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, they probably don't have their own model, right? I don't grind all night. I'm gonna get off pretty soon. So I should not go too deep on niche selection to just pick anything and stick to it. I would honestly suggest just going broad. Like, when you're serving local businesses, which is a good way to get started, and you'll value a good customer, because working with local businesses in a lot of cases sucks. But yeah, I would probably yeah, I would try not to go too deep. I would just go broad and just try to like find like get like 10 clients in different niches, see which ones you can get results for, you know, whether it's like running ads for them or maybe just like, honestly, I think Go HighLevel SaaS is actually kind of a good idea if you guys have seen that model where you just sell them like a CRM basically. It could be a little bit tricky to pull off because, you know, you have to find someone who needs a CRM, but I think in a lot of cases, that's a good thing to sell. The only thing is you have to get good at sales, which is a great skill to have, but it can be painful. I hated fucking sales. Oh yeah, Sabu said, don't start with a niche. Yeah, for sure, dude. Like, you could even start with a problem or start with a customer you like or just like test out a bunch of shit. One of the biggest things when I was getting started is everyone was like, you have to pick a niche, you have to productize your service. It's these YouTube gurus, and then what ends up happening is you just lock yourself into this one niche, and I don't know, I think that just probably made it harder than it really had to be, you know? Yeah. I'm just standing like, I don't even know what to start. I don't know what to even start with. Fuck it, dude. Just go like call up some just find a random business on Google or whatever and just call them up and be like, honestly, dude, selling to local business is so hard. But you could just be like, hey, we have a system that'll automatically, dude, you know what would be fucking cool? Is if you build a system for car detailers are really broke, right? But maybe you could charge like $50 a month or something. And you just say, we have a system that'll basically like text your leads and book appointments for you. You just wire up like some basic chat bot and just have it book appointments. And that could actually be really sick. Yeah. Dude, I'm trying to figure out these fucking bindings. fucker. Help me bind my secrets for type safety. You can read first lines of the configuration.d.ts wrangler.jsonc index. Please help me. Please help me. Please help me, AI. Yeah. For sake, dude, I didn't understand at first either. I was like, bro, I don't know shit about fuck. The good thing is, oh, dude, you know what's actually a good video about this? My first million twice. This is actually a good video. Jesus Christ.
All right, today I'm going to answer the question that.
Yeah, here we go.
Think I could pull off that doesn't. I would not limit myself to my skills. So what I would do is I would go on Upwork, or I would go on Fiverr, or I would go.
Point to the fucking.
That's probably a lower ticket item. That's probably like $500 a month, and I'll do that for you.
Christ.
You get way more people to do it. Or you go to a senior living facility and you say, "Hey,
Yeah. Watch this video. This one is actually sick because like he talks about basically like you just have to spend one day kind of studying something and you're better than like most small business owners. Like if you literally just learn Google Ads for like one day, you'll be better than like most business owners because they're too scared to fucking pick up watch a video on it and try it. Oh, you did MMA? Bro, dude, if you did MMA, this is not gonna be that hard, dude. This is fucking way easier. You're not stuck, bro. I felt, dude, you talk about stuck, dude. I felt stuck, but you'll be fine. Okay. So in our worker configuration, we have Stripe secret key. Wrangler secrets. Oh, wait, maybe if we go to our Cloudflare dashboard, do we bind? I wish they had system fucking, you have to keep clicking dark mode and shit. It's annoying as shit. So you go secret store, and then you would bind. So we'll go Stripe secret key, and the value is going to be test. And we'll save that. And then in our actually what we might want to do is just deploy this really quickly so we can get oh wait, promise.resolve log fucker console.log event. And then here, we'll just replace this with const key equals c dot n dot stripe key, and then we'll comment this out and just go key equals test. Blam. Fuck you for saying that. All right, now we can try to deploy this and just see if -f billing deploy Fuck you. What parameter does it take? It doesn't take a fucking parameter, you cocksucker. PNPM at services/billing deploy. PNPM invalid deploy target. This command requires one parameter. What fucking parameter does it require? Maybe we can run check instead. Recursive run fail. Okay. Npm run deploy. Oh, I'm retarded. I didn't put run. Okay. Now, now we add a binding, and we're gonna bind our secret, I would imagine. Okay. The secret name is going to be stripe secret key, and this will be stripe secret key, and then, okay. So then when we deploy that and then pull from pnpm run pull, then that should update this file. Cocksucker. Yeah, right. Oh, maybe we need to do npm wrangler types, like it's suggesting. Do I not? npm add -g wrangler CLI. So we gotta install the Wrangler CLI so we can fucking run this command so we can get the fucking bindings working. God damn. And then we can run Wrangler version. Or can we just do Wrangler and install it through Homebrew? Oh, that's sick, dude. We can run mini flare. Yeah. Okay. So we have to install, do we have to install Wrangler? Or can we do pnpm run Wrangler types? Although that's not a command. Yeah, it's not a script. Okay. So we'll install, whatever. We'll install this through fucking what's it called? Raycast. Then we can pull our secrets, and if that doesn't work, I'm gonna go to bed, or I'll kill myself. Not allowed to say that, dude. I'll literally get flagged. Bro, what's your actual name, dude? Calling you is getting really fucking tiring. You're in finance, dude. You're the guy who graduates from college and starts making $300K a year, yeah? Okay. Now we should be able to run Wrangler version. Blam. Or not blam. Blam. Alright, now we can do Wrangler types. And that should... That didn't do anything, dude. What the fuck? Wrangler.jsonc. Maybe we have to add secrets here? What the fuck? But we just did... How did we run Wrangler? How did we run dev when we don't have Wrangler installed? So many things are so confusing to me. Oh yeah, of course. Now our Cloudflare bindings aren't showing up. What the fuck? This is so cursed, dude. Fuck me in the ass, dude. What the fuck? Let's go back to this. We're gonna go full circle. There's one video here where he just says the N-word over and over again, so we're not gonna play that one. But oh, that was it. Jesus Christ.
I like elephants, and God likes elephants. Here's a realistic elephant. It's done with interpolation with vectors. Sometimes it works. It's kind of limited. Anyway, so if you don't want to go for realism, you can go for better than realism. What do you mean better than realism? How about an elephant with blue eyes?
Jesus Christ, dude. Fuck it. Hey, I want to find the video where he goes, what the fuck? Smoking a cigarette in the car. Oh my god.
Hi, I'm Terry Davis.
Alright. Yeah, but he drops what the fuck every 10 seconds, so I think that's, I think if I want to be a good programmer, I think we're gonna have to get on that. Okay. Okay, so I added, my, in the Cloudflare dashboard, I added to the bindings for this project, I added from the secret store our Stripe secret key. However, when I run Wrangler types, oh, I see. Yeah, so when I run Wrangler types, it doesn't give me a Stripe secret environment variable. Like, this is what I get when I, like, right after I run that. And the wrangler.jsonc still looks exactly the same. Like, I thought it would pull down that binding from Cloudflare, right? Okay, let's see what it says. Yeah, dude, I'm a dropout, bro. Oh, you're going to university, dude? Yeah, what's scraping my ears, bro? Why did you choose to learn to code? I've always been interested in coding. Ever since I was a kid. I never coded when I was a kid, but I was always interested. I always wanted to learn to code. But I never did, but I don't know. It was just kind of like I wanted to do it. I think one of the best things you can do, like, I failed miserably at my first business because I didn't like it. I wasn't interested in it. I didn't like it. Didn't like anything about it. But with this business, I actually like coding and building, and I think that's why I learned to code, and I think that's also like a little nugget. You know, I'm full of just wisdom. You know, ask me anything. Why secrets don't appear. Secrets are not stored in Wrangler.jsonc. They're meant to be kept secret. Oh, genius, dude. It doesn't fetch remote configuration from Cloudflare. Secrets shouldn't be committed to version control. Yeah, no shit, dude. The binding should, you dumb. Define vars in wrangler.jsonc. Update your wrangler.json. So you would add vars. But what the fuck is the point of running Wrangler types when it doesn't pull your bindings? That's the fucking... I thought that was the fucking point, dude. Wait, actually, that's not... Yeah. Yes, that's what I thought, you dumb fucking cocksucker, dude. Since secrets shouldn't be in wrangler.jsonc, the best approach is to manually maintain type declarations for them. This is unbelievable, dude. If that's actually how you do that, I'll kill you, fucking Ayush, dude. Sorry, bro. You're gonna get sacrificed if I can't figure this out. My long-term goals are to find a really hot wife and then have kids and then buy a fucking Lamborghini. Dude, this is my first live stream ever, Forsaken. But I like it. I'll probably try to stream like once a day or something. It might not be a very consistent time, but probably around this time of day because I'm usually not very focused, so I'm not going to lose a lot of brain power by streaming. Yeah, honestly, I don't really think I'm a mega genius, and I've heard bad stuff about the venture path, so I probably wouldn't like take a huge swing, raise capital, and go for that whole VC thing. We'll see what I do after this project. One thing that kind of worries me is I don't really have many ideas beyond this. It took me, 2 years almost to think of this idea, and so like I'm kind of I'm not the idea guy, so I don't really have many other ideas. I'd probably just keep this for cash flow and maybe fuck around with other projects if I have the time. Oh yeah, thanks Forsaken. Yeah, dude. I mean, the thing I hate about thumbnails is I literally record and then I post 10 seconds later. I don't like having a delay, having to come back to it, because I don't make any money from YouTube right now. It's kind of just like a fun thing. But I don't know. I mean, that could definitely change, You don't need ideas, just copy and beat them on marketing and distribution. Yeah, easier said than done though, John. I don't know, dude. Yeah, if you're an idea person, you go, ideas are easy. I'm not an idea person, so I look at a good idea and I go, wow, that's actually a really good idea. Like, there's a lot of good ideas, but having an idea that you actually believe in and you are interested in is kind of the hard part. Because you want an idea that you can go all in on and spend 12 hours a day thinking about for the next like 3 or 4 years. But yeah, I don't know, I just remember hearing this anecdote about VC where there was a founder who raised capital and then things didn't really work out with his company. They raised a bunch of money, but it wasn't really kind of gonna be on for like a big exit. And basically they just have to keep running the company because they're not going to like exit and it's not going to go parabolic, but they can't like dissolve it because the investors want them to like keep going. They want to just like write it off as zero. Like investors, they put in their money and they want to either write it off as zero or have it turn like 100x. And so this guy's been doing it for like 10 years, just taking a salary with all the stress, probably losing his fucking hair. And then you don't really get anything out of it. And I think like, I don't know, like you sacrifice like 10 years of your life. And if you get nothing out of it, like that just seems crazy. That's a little too risky for me. My risk tolerance isn't especially high. So you create a dev vars file. But we didn't have to do this. We had an interface like this. And then that
And then that. Oh. What? What the fuck? Wait. Okay, wait. This was working from my examples. Service bindings. How can I generate this file? Bro, fucking A. Alright, and then we have an app here. And this should be... Oh my god, my TypeScript configuration is so fucking insane. Yes. Extending the env interface that extends Cloudflare.env is the pattern that works well with Wrangler's generated types. Secrets are managed via Cloudflare dashboard. Yep, of course. Wrangler secret put. Now update your index.ts to use env instead of Cloudflare bindings. So you have to manually maintain it? What the fuck? That's such a pain in the ass. I'm not a big effort guy, you know? But whatever, stripe, secret, key. Except this should be secret. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. How does this work? Secret. How did we do this? Secret. Maybe if I just say secret enough times it'll work. Or do we do it here? Where you put stripe secret key. And then what? John is God. Yeah, dude. Yeah, VC is bad. Bootstrap, good. Agreed. An ideas person is synonymous with ADHD. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of ideas people that are... Yeah, it is basically synonymous. Ideas don't exist in a vacuum. Ideas equals problems to solve in my book. You either find yourself someone with ADHD as a walking idea LLM, or you just copy ideas that already work with proven markets with reachable customers and go after that. Yeah, for sure. I mean, being an idea person is kind of like a gift and a curse, because oftentimes idea people can't really stick to things, but that's where I think like idea people typically mesh well with kind of whatever you call them, like focused people. So you have like the idea person that's like generating ideas, and then the focus person is just like the COO or whatever, who's like, you know, implementing the biggest things. I'll try not to accidentally expose my secret key of test. But dude, this is like really fucking cursed. For fuck's sakes. How do I... If you have like a Hono app on Cloudflare, and I created a binding for the secret store for this this service or this worker. How do I pull that into my file so that I can access it? Because I'm using Hono, so there's like a context that you pass down, and then you add bindings. But we would need to add basically like the environment variable bindings to use it. And can we generate those? In this case, we're passing bindings, although for some reason this is like really fucked. I don't know why we're getting so many fucking TS errors here. But bindings. Yeah, I think we're just cooked, dude. I think I'll probably have to give up. I think this business might be done. If I can't figure this shit out, then I'm just gonna give up. I'm just gonna go back. Keep living at home, dude. It's the life. I've got enough money saved up to live at home for like fucking 10 years, dude, so I'll be fine. Yeah, Forsaken, you can solicit advice from me, dude. Hit me up on Instagram. Plain worker secret per worker. Your worker settings variable. Add new secret. CLI Wrangler secret put. What? You run both of these? Oh no, this is just how you do it in both cases. Create such as binding to the worker. That's what I did. Settings. Oh, I see. Wait, so you would do settings. Oh. What? What the Oh, I see. So you would have, there's two ways to do it. So we might have stripe secret key. But this is more of a pain in the ass, because then you have to fucking, Jesus Christ. Then you have to do that for every fucking one of them. PNPM pull. If that actually pulls in my types, I will be... Fuck. Definitely didn't pull in my types. Nope. God damn, dude. This is actually impossible. Okay. Put the value in dev.vars, then run wrangler dev. Those keys are auto bound. Hand roll the bindings type. Use Wrangler generated types. That includes a cloudflare.env interface from your bindings. You can reference that in Hono, like Cloudflare. But I thought we had... Oh, wait a second. Wait, yeah, this extends cloudflare.env. So we would do... Those are our bindings, and that includes Cloudflare c.cloud no and dot, and then stripe key doesn't exist. Stripe. No. But shouldn't it pull our config for us? At least our bindings, so we can we don't have to type them in manually every time? I could have fixed this like hours ago if I just fucking did it manually, but what can I say? I'm a sucker for spending 8 hours to save 10 minutes. Maybe we have to do this. .dev.bars. But I don't know if that'll really change anything. Okay. Oh, wow. Surprise, surprise, dude. It didn't fucking change anything. Sent you a cold DM. Alright. Sick, dude. John's going wild, dude. Wait. There literally is 50% people you come across don't even have inner monologues. They don't even think they react NPCs. Can't grasp the idea that some people can avoid new ideas. Yeah, dude. I'm a fucking NPC, bro. If I have a working MVP web app with paying users, would you like working with me on equity basis, Adam? I appreciate the offer, man, but I'm staying pretty focused on my own stuff right now. But if you have an MVP working like web app with paying users, then you're good, dude. Just fucking grind, bro. There are some people that just think way outside the box and see channel things most people miss. Yeah, for sure. You're definitely defining types. Your namespace and interface is a type, not runtime variable. That's why you're not injecting the right things into your env. You're defining types. Namespace is type, not runtime variable. Yeah, John, I just thought it would Do you have an inner monologue? John, I think most people do have an inner monologue. It's like a... Otherwise, no one would be able to relate to that term. Or some people... I feel like I would know if some people were like, inner monologue? I just, open the fridge. I don't think to open the fridge. It just... My hand goes there. Appreciate that, Forsaken. John, am I retarded though? Because this should... Oh, fuck, it's fucking 12:17. Cocksucker, dude. Alright, I don't have a meeting in the morning, so... We could go a little longer. But I would assume the bindings... Because it extends... Cloudflare.env. Oh, wait, what? But would this be like secret stripe secret key? I swear to God, if this fucking solves it, dude. No unsafe member access. What is this? Is it dangerous escape hatch from the type system? That's so funny, dude. It's a dangerous escape hatch. Basically, using JavaScript is a fucking dangerous escape hatch from TypeScript. Yeah, so this is typed as any because we don't have a type here. But how the fuck do you get a type here? Unsafe assignment of an error typed value. Cloudflare bindings dot stripe secret key. But should it be dot wait, what? We have IntelliSense here, but it's saying it's, oh, holy shit. We're making progress, dude. All right, I'll take you up on this, John. Percent of people with inner monologues. What? John, you're blowing my mind here, dude. 5 to 10% never have one. All right, let's read on Reddit. Wow, the piece. Honestly, I don't actually know. But in your monologue, wouldn't that just be like thinking? Market is created with a new idea, unlocks a latent demand that wasn't met. You can call me Dev, by the way. Oh, Dave. Alright, Forsaken is Dave. I'm locking that in, bro. Dave. Yeah, for real. John might turn out to be a billionaire fucking startup founder. Yeah, that's actually crazy. Although, now that I think about it, I might be one of those people that one, dude. So, John, I actually need your help, though. Because we have IntelliSense on our env, which I'm guessing is from this. Because if I just delete this string here, then we're not going to have that. Yeah. Yeah, so that doesn't get generated from our CLI, which is fucking annoying. And maybe this can be secrets, store secret. That fucked up type. Dot stripe secret key. Except that doesn't. Unsafe assignment of an error typed value. I don't even know what an error typed value is, though. Dot environments can get bindings. Const counter equals c dot env dot counter. Oh shit. Yo, John, what the fuck, dude? Alright. Import env from Hono adapter. Jesus, dude, what the hell? How'd you know this? Interesting. Okay, gonna do const stripe secret key equals stripe secret key. Let's see. Jesus Christ. That's crazy. How did you know this, John? What the fuck? How? I thought you had to fuck it. Oh, yeah, that's smart. Yeah, John, what the hell? Dude, I thought it had to be different because it's like, wait, why are we doing dot stripe secret key? Alright, whatever. Oh, I see. That's interesting. But how, even with Cloudflare, I thought it was different. Cloudflare, I don't know. This has secrets. Import env. Name is process.env on Node.js or bun. Name is the value written in wrangler.toml on Cloudflare. Oh, great. Wrangler.toml. Oh, or JSON-C. Dude, that's crazy. So this just knows... Oh, I see. Okay, so you can even specify the fucking runtime as well, which is probably a good idea. Tron worker D. That's interesting. But then how do you get... I thought you could get like more IntelliSense where you could go like c.env dot and then it would offer you a list of actual environment variables, because I fucked myself over misspelling environment variables so many times. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Someone had... Dude, this guy, Backpine Labs, he runs a YouTube channel. And we had this working where it was pretty sick, because you could do const... I mean, this isn't going to work, I don't think, but we could do test2 equals c.env dot secret. See, it's offering... Except this doesn't make sense. c.env.async dot secret. Except it's typed as any, so it's kind of fucked. I guess it's not working. But now we can console.log our Stripe secret key. npm run dev. I would just post to events. Oh fuck, we need a Stripe event. Well, no, it's fine. This just needs to go. I'm fucking stupid, dude. Stripe secret key. Using vars defined in .devs.vars. Your worker has access to the following bindings. env.myAPI key. What? Oh. Wait a second. But what if we delete Stripe secret key? Now reload the server, whatever. Did the logs not show up here? Or is it because I'm trying to log out a fucking environment variable? Case. If you did c.env.blot, I don't know what blot is, even though when you run it, it will work. Yeah. I mean, I've had this with like Next.js. You have to add the kind of exclamation mark at the end to tell it like, yes, we have an environment variable. Which is annoying that environment variables are only reachable using string. Kind of like I feel like environment variables should be strongly typed. It's much more confusing. Yeah, it is pretty fucking confusing for beginners. Especially because .env is like a package you need in some cases, but some frameworks just have it included. But that part's not obvious. Env balls string. And you will see that balls now exist. Balls do exist. Dude, I got so bored of listening to music. I want to fucking stab pencils in my ears when I listen to music now. Alright, good night. Yeah. I mean, typically, though, environment variables just don't change. How come I can't see my fucking logs, dude? But I wonder if we deleted this file, what it would say. It must not be able to pull them from... I guess we don't set what environment they're tied to in the dashboard. We don't say... Yeah, there's no environment. So this must be basically production only, which means you do need .dev.vars. That's interesting, to say the least. Cocksucker. .dev.vars. Okay. But then it doesn't log out. Log my fucking... Show me my fucking Stripe key, dude. Oh. Jesus Christ, I'm fucking retarded. I just need to add a header. Stripe. Signature. Blam. Cannot read properties of undefined, reading to lowercase. Yes. Oh my god, John, you're a genius, dude. We got it. We got it. Run this in your terminal. You said run this in your terminal and then run this, but I don't see anything between there. I think maybe YouTube stops you from putting commands or something in there. So, alright, so it failed to parse, but that's fine. And we got a 400. Nice. But that's cursed, dude. I thought we could get fucking IntelliSense on our fucking environment variables. But yeah, that's fine. Alright, we'll do it that way. Really, all I have to do is save it to the database now. That's fucking cheese. Cheesy. Cloudflare. Put secrets for use in local development, neither a dev.var file or .m file in the same directory as the Wrangler configuration file. If you define then the values in right. Oh yeah, we definitely need to add that to gate ignore .dev.vars. Okay. All right. Environment variables can be added using either wrangler.jsonc or via the dashboard URI. The values of preface.env.foo and will each be the JavaScript string ABC. Oh, I see. So you define vars. What? So you put test API keys, but that gets committed. So you would say, in this case, they're doing vars. But these are not secrets. These are just variables. So this might just be like a flag or something. You can literally use stripe.secret.key. YouTube blocked it. Oh, interesting. Pastebin. I've never even used Pastebin. Pastebin.com/blam. myvar hello node. Jesus Christ. myvar equals hello node node-e console.log. Oh, interesting. But when you put, what the fuck? You got some kind of virus from this. Then this node-e. Oh god, fuck off. Jesus Christ. Oh, I clicked on these. Goddamn. So this is a terminal environment? Yeah, bro, I've been locked in for, a minute. The value of my var is, and then this is just a process variable within your terminal. Or no, within the node. Holy fuck. What the fuck is going on, dude? I feel like I'm like on a porn site or something. Alright. Alright. How is it 12:40? Jesus. Alright, I need to go to bed. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I won't run it right now, but I believe you, John. But yeah, so that's gonna be the end of the stream. Maybe we could leave off with some. Here, guys. Here's a video suggestion. You guys should go watch this right away.
To shift.
Here we are. I will bless you with this in chat. Watch this video. Okay, John. All right. I'll wait.
This thing here.
Look at how
Is the
fucked
amount
this
of-
code is, dude.
Oh, do I have to draw it on the picture?
This is so cooked.
It is worth 1,000 fucking rambled words, as they say.
I mean, this guy's like a mega genius. C++ is just the most cursed fucking language ever, dude. GLM, whatever the fuck that means, mat4, vec3, get inverse. I don't even know. Oh, this is a class. That makes sense. Everything's a fucking class, dude. You never write any code. You just write classes in C++. Or namespaces like this. It's insane. But this video, I could actually watch this for days. John, the message didn't send. It just says, say it says like this. Fucking A. Alright, so what do? You do question. There we go. Dude, that's crazy. 16 million views? What the fuck? I've never seen this video in my life. That's hilarious. A tennis player? What the fuck? That's badass. Alright. Good night, guys. Thanks for watching the stream. I will do this again. It was fun. Probably around this time. Probably every single day. Because I'm too lonely to sit with myself around this time of day. Alright. Night.